Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case.
Oh, for Trump's sake. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Is that correct?
Literally not true.
Dati mihi Anglican, or he's nervous Latino.
Good morning, welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. It is absolutely great to have you here. Good morning, welcome. I think everything is plugged in and working. I took like 2 or 3 items from my setup to my gig last night. And I think I put everything back in. I think we're good. I think it's all right. No worries. All right, it is Tuesday. Last time I checked, it is Tuesday. Yes, I just checked again. So welcome. A big shout out to Selena K. Selena, congratulations. First in chat today, Selena. Good work. But you know what's coming, right? Is my camera crooked? It is. I'll fix it later. Well, now I broke it. All right. Selena, among all the other things that are broken today, I need you to fix the internet. So, and help CW get a job. So that sounds great. Selena, congratulations. The internet is all yours. You have won it fair and square. So, congratulations to you and thank you. All right. Where are we at? I can't remember there was something else. Oh, I just sent my kids off for camp for a week, so 2 of them are gone. So it's really quiet around here because they're not normally like, well, they're not the loudest of people, but yeah. So what did we forget? We forgot to give them permission slips. Apparently, I was actually late today because I was filling out the permission slip and emailing it to the people who are driving them right now. So, better late than never, but now they have permission slips so they can actually go on the boat. And they can go and fish, deep sea fishing, hopefully catch a whole ton of triggerfish and gorge themselves on. They're so good. Oh, they're so good. They're the worst fish in the world to clean, but they taste delicious. All right. Gig went great last night. It was absolutely phenomenal. And it takes an hour to set up and about half an hour to tear down. I showed up and the building I was filming at was locked and I couldn't get in. So half an hour later, finally gained access and had to set up in half an hour and did it. So I was a bit stressed, just like dripping sweat because I'm like running everywhere. But it was good. This is like my normal. That's how I am on gigs. I'm always like late. All right, so let's see. If you have a birthday today, please let us know because we're going to be jumping to court here in just a moment, and court is getting ready. They are starting here in just a few minutes. So if you have a birthday, we will celebrate it this morning. Good morning, Mindy. Good to have you here. Welcome. 80s. I saw you here turning the lights on and everything. Good morning. Let's see. See some virtual hugs going around. I saw this on the Twitter feed. Malcolm Jamal Warner. I don't know who that is. Sorry, is it a TV person? I don't watch TV, so I don't know who TV. Do I play golf? Yes, I do. I'm actually quite the golfer. Usually, the hardest thing about me, well, actually, it's the drive. The drives are most difficult for me. That initial, off the tee type thing. Because I struggle, I get all lined up and everything, and my back swing's great, but I struggle to time hitting the ball with the speed of the windmill blades, and I hit the ball and the windmill blade hits it, or the clown's mouth will close, and it's frustrating because it's like it was a straight shot, but it got blocked at the last minute. So Yeah, but I'm all about miniature golf. That's it. I don't play the other golf. If you could throw the ball up in the air, like toss it up in the air, and I hit it with the club, even with the head of the club, I'd probably do better than trying to hit a stationary golf on the ground. But swimming in the ocean is dangerous. That's where my boys are going. What? They're going out deep sea fishing like this morning. Selena K gifted a membership, and it went to Melissa Webb. Congratulations. Do we have any birthdays? Let's see if we have any birthdays. Hearing none. Oh. Malcolm. Was it Malcolm? That is sad. Costa Rica. Beautiful area, too. I can play putt-putt. You know what I can do? I can take an 8-iron, okay, for like a pitch and putt type course. I can take an 8-iron and I can walk around bouncing the golf ball on the head of the club. I can do that. I can just walk around. But I can't hit the ball once it lands on the ground. I don't know why. We have to do like a best man scramble, and then once we get to putting, I'm your man. I'm all about putting. All right, we're going to sing happy birthday to Dorothy and Ann, who are celebrating their birthdays today. Everyone, this is how it goes here. I would like everyone, wherever you are, if it is safe to do so and legal. Okay, I don't want anyone to break the law. I'm not going to be writing anyone's, get out of jail free cards. Ann is 100 years young. Holy! I've never sang to someone who's 100 years young before. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Everyone stand up. Because Ann is 100 years young, you have to do this. Stand up, take a deep breath, shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room, blend your voice with your neighbor, warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. There we go. We're going to sing happy birthday to Dorothy and Ann. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Dorothy and Ann. 100 years. Happy birthday to you. 100 years. Dorothy, your birthday is not any less important. But let me just say, 100 is an amazing number to celebrate. And congratulations. Dorothy, you'll be there in no time. Well, it'll be a little while, but happy birthday to both of you. Thank you. I realize there are a million places you could be, a million people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be here with us. The privilege, the pleasure, the honor, the joy is ours. Hopefully we can turn some of that joy back to you and make your day a little more specialer. Oh, happy birthday to you. There's one more. Suez. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ann, Dorothy, and Suez. Happy birthday to you. There we go. Suez, I'm including you in this. Make your day a little more special. Begin by helping yourself with free. We'll do it. Start over from the top. 1, 2, 3. Got that. It was terrible. Begin by helping yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Tammy Dunlap's House, Andy's Grill, Bob Evans, and Cracker Barrel. There we go. Got to give away the free pancakes. Granda from Iowa. My grandma Dorothy is the one who turned 100. That is awesome. Granda, thanks for sharing that with us. French toast here at the rescue. Excellent, excellent. 2 more times through. Here we go. Dancers, do your thing. High kicks. This is what we practiced for. By we, I mean you, because I did not do any high kicks. All right, here we go. Big drum solo finish, and we'll get this done. Beautiful. Happy birthday, one and all. You need to, Mimi, you have to put the exclamation point in the front. Oh, never mind. Selena got it. We'll get the judge here in just a minute, weighing in on everyone's birthday. Judge Fleischer, how do you feel about this?
Happy birthday. You look good.
Oh, he says you look good. So, excellent. All right, with that, we are going to go to court, and I think we have about 2 minutes before. This is if the judge got his docket done. He said, I've only got like 4 pages on my docket tomorrow, so it should only be 15 minutes. I'm like, 4 pages, 15 minutes? What a... What is fair about that? I don't know. I would want a little more time if I was one of the, 10 people on the page with the judge than whatever that turns out to be. But all right, I think those were my best dance moves ever. Yes, what that translates when I do that, what that translates into CW is chiropractor visit forthcoming. Or at least Advil or ibuprofen. All right. Let's see. Yesterday, that confession was off the rails. It's not done. We get more of it today. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully, we get better audio on the confession today. I think the problem was the first confession happened at 2:30 in the morning. And that is terrible. Nobody wants to be up at 2:30 in the morning. If you ever get arrested for something and they want to ask you questions at 2:30 in the morning, say, unless my lawyer's here, I'm going back to bed. And then you're done. You can go back to bed. So, let's see. There was drama in the honor killing yesterday. One of the security people was watching the live stream when people were coming through, including an attorney who caught him. By security people, you mean bailiff? The bailiff was watching the live stream? Defense reserved their opening. They did. Doesn't mean they have to use it. They can. There's no requirement saying you have to open. No, the people that check you as you enter. What? That shouldn't be a problem, though. They're like, hey, we want to see what's going on in the court. Did the judge say that was a problem? Any good criminal would know that you get a lawyer and then go to sleep. Rookie move, says Angelo. Yes. Jurors would have been coming by the... Oh, okay, there's your problem. If the jurors go through and they're showing the court feed, but if the jurors aren't there, they really shouldn't, unless they're not watching a current court feed, maybe like an old video, that would be a problem. She called every juror individually and asked them if they'd seen anything. 2 of them did. Oh,
happy birthday. You look good.
Okay, that's getting worse. Any criminal genius would know better, obviously. I tell you, this defendant, Mr. Nealy, sitting there with the detective after he's confessed, and he's like, so, I've been all helpful and everything. Answer my question for me. How in the world did you catch me? And the detective is doing his best to keep a straight face, right? He's sitting there, he's like, he's like, what was it? What was the one thing I did that just gave me away? And the detective was like, well, it's hard to pin it down to just one. He just completely just like, it was hilarious. He's just like, well, you made a lot of mistakes is what happened. What did I do wrong? Well, it started with the hammer, or probably before then. Stuff he said was wild. It was. Let's see. It was because the title said honor killing. They don't want that to distract the jury. Oh, my goodness. Do we have a mistrial then, or was it just... Don't beat yourself up over just one thing. There's a whole plethora. You prefer plethora or plethora? I do plethora myself. Of things you can beat yourself up over, Mr. Nealy. And yes, the cars were one mistake. McDonald's was another. First mistake, never watched CSI Las Vegas. Yes. What could I have done? Honestly, it almost, I'm sure it choked in the detective's throat as he's trying to say, you pretty much, you're doing the best you could. You know, you were trying to, it was all for the kids. He's trying to find a way to bond and leave the door open for future interviews and everything. And he's trying to be like, yeah, I'm with you on this one. But he wasn't. It was a hard sell. All right. I'm saying I watch a lot of First 48. You'll hit the nail on the head. Oh, too soon, Greeners, too soon. Mel, you're confused right now? It's because we're having like 3 conversations at the same time. Which part did I confuse you with? I will explain it. No mistrial. Just told them to not watch anything. Okay, that's about the honor killing trial, which we're not following because the audio was terrible. And the video was not there. So, let's see. Digging a grave in the front yard for all to see is a dead giveaway. Yeah, that ranks right up there. Red Pen says it's plethora, not plethora. I was right. Plethora it is. Poor kids being in the house for this. Oh my! Thankfully, I think they didn't hear or see anything. But you know, they started smelling it. I mean, there's only so much the scent of McDonald's chicken nuggets can cover, and yeah, a week in the house. You know, it was bad because he was trying to cover the smell with paint and bleach. Wow. He watched the first 48s for years and still ended up talking without a lawyer. Yeah, he did. I don't know how to say this word. Is this the girl in Harry Potter? Hermione or something like that? Hermione? Yes. Hermione. Plethora. You have to say it like Hermione. Does she say it in the movie? Or am I trying to merge her name and plethora together? Plethora. Plethora. In Greek? I don't know Greek. It's Greek to me. All right, we're about to begin. The judge is a little bit delayed. Maybe his docket took a little longer this morning than he anticipated, but that's all right. I can never eat McNuggets again, at least not with no sauce. You need the sauce. To be honest, I've been craving nuggets. All right. How she corrects them when they say Leviosa. I haven't seen the movie. I've not seen Harry Potter. I've not read the books. I know it's about a kid who rides a broom and plays like cabbage ball or something like that. It's a weird game. Quidditch ball. Or is it just Quidditch? Does it have a cabbage in it? I thought cabbage was part of the... It seems like there should be cabbage involved in the game. Pretty sure like that's the prize or something. I don't know. You chase a cabbage around. It's a magic thing. I don't know what it is. Cabbage ball is my new favorite sport. You're a muggle. Okay, I know a muggle is somebody who doesn't understand Harry Potter, right? I'm a muggle. Magic cabbage. I'm a non-wizard. I admit. All right, muggles aren't magic. They can't see the cabbage or something? No, you have to be able to fly, right? You have to be able to fly to play the game. So you'd have to be a wizard to play the game. Or a wizardess. Is it? Or witch, I guess. Is it witch and wizard? What's the female version of a wizard? Is it witch? These are important things we need to hammer out before court starts. I'm sorry. What one part of the Harry Potter books did I get wrong? Apparently there might have been more. A wizette. No, that's not right. That doesn't sound right. I would have heard of that word before, and I have not heard of that word. My kids haven't seen it. They haven't read Harry Potter. The female version of a wizard is a witch. I got it right. I was right. What part did I get wrong? The cabbage, maybe. Covering all the important stuff. Okay, somebody clip this. and then delete it. Thank you. I guess I have the power to do that after the show's over. All right. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Honestly, Tuesday, it's wonderful. I don't know what I'm going to do with my kids gone. Only 2 of them, right? It's not like I'm running out of kids. I still have like 3 here. I had to do the math in my head. So, Alex, this is what you come for. This is it. The court stuff's boring. It's the morning chat that I'm here for. Yeah. Anyway, trying to think of something. Oh, I wanted to tell you about a product I have. Okay, this is probably not going to be useful for 99% of you. Thal, you guys know who Thal is. Thal called me up out of the blue. He's like, "You've got to try this." And I'm like, I don't know. I'm loyal to my brand. I'm loyal to Rode. He said, "You've got to try these wireless mics." And I'm like, Thal, I might try them just because you've recommended them so strongly. And I happen to need another set because my Rode ones I may have dropped and broken. And he said, you need to try the DJI Mini. They make drones and stuff, right? So you see the little DJ on there. But this, I'll let you focus and see. So this case right here is a wireless mic. Like, it's actually 2 wireless mics. You push the button, pop it open, and it has 2 wireless mics that as soon as you pull them out, they just turn on. They're on. You can see the little light flashing right there, right? Flashing in there. It's green, but it normally looks, so it looks like it's flashing Courtroom colors. And then the receiver is right in the middle. And you can take the receiver out, and you've got the little plug it into your camera, and it's good to go. And you're like 180 feet away. You've got 2 mics, dual receivers. The sound on these is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's as good as my Rode's, probably a little better. It's easier to manage the gain. So if I have to turn the volume up or down, it's got a little twist knob on the side. The case charges them by themselves, and it gives you like 48 hours worth of coverage. You drop them back in like 2 minutes, they're full again, ready to go. They come with little magnets, so you can just snap it on, or a little alligator clip. It is like everything I wanted. I used these up on my video thing up in Virginia, and it worked phenomenally. I stuck one on we had a fiddle player, guy playing the violin, guy playing the guitar, just clipped them to them, got the music perfectly. I will give you a link. This is something, if you need them. Okay, who would need these? Let's do this first. Who would need these? Anyone who does anything video-wise, like with recording, or even I used it for live audio. I used it. My son was teaching a dance class and line dancing, and I tossed one on his shirt, ran it through the audio machine, and we had live audio. And it doesn't pick up the music. It just picks up your voice. It's just so good. Okay, I will get a link for you because you asked. Not a sponsor, by the way. Not a sponsor. Give me just a second. Okay. I just posted it. The thing that blew me away is the price. For my Rode wireless mics, that's two transmitters and a receiver, just like this. I paid close to like $400, and these are $161. And it's like, yes, it's still a chunk of money, but if you need something like that, I was just impressed. Anyway, that's the DJI mic. Oh, hang on. I broke it. That link won't work. Sorry. I didn't put a space in there. There we go. Now it works. Right there. DJI Mic Mini. Love them. Now the link will work. That one was broken. They use a USB-C charger as well. Looks like we're about to get the defendant in, which means the judge must be done with his docket. He is, 15 minutes late. It's a Muggle product. It's like magic. It's like magic, only different. Let's see. Anything else? I'm just proud. I did a gig last night, and I put everything away. I think Mrs. R.A. is more proud of me than I am, but I put everything away. I have never put everything away that fast. Like, usually it's like 2 or 3 days later. But everything's back where it goes, so I'm ready to go. Hello, Fire Girl, handmade by Wendy. Welcome. Yay, you did it. I did a thing. Wizards need to know, what's the function of a rubber duck? Are you talking like, rubber ducky, you're the one, like Ernie in Sesame Street? Or are you talking about like a rubber duck antenna? You make that time so fun. I can't do Ernie very well. He walks like he's in handcuffs, but he's not. I think it's just the illusion. All right. Yes, exactly, Rubber Ducky. You're the one. That's the one. Oh, just for bath. They are for Jeep dashboards, and they're for bath time for kids. Generally kids. And also, there was a... Oh, when was this? This was like in the early 80s. There was an LP, a record we had that was like the Kennedy family. It was like all making fun of them. And it's just comedy. And the president was like, got the family together, and they're having this important discussion. We need to sort things out. And it's about the bath toys. He's like, the rubber swan is mine. That was funny. Yeah, I guess he had to be there, but the idea of the president having a rubber duck in the bathtub is funny. That's how they have to walk when in line to go eat and to use showers. Oh, it's a safety thing then. Heard there are bacteria magnets, the rubber ducks for baths. So it sucks up all the bacteria so it doesn't get on you? Or is it like you don't want them because it brings bacteria? Rubber ducks are also for cruising. I've seen they dump rubber ducks in the river in some places, like lots of them. And then they try to catch them downstream. And I think it's a race. Like you can buy a duck with a number on it, and the first duck to cross the finish line wins. It's a fundraiser. Good for mental health. Apparently they have 1 million uses. They're also for hiding on cruises. Here we go. Kicking things off this morning.
All right, may be seated.
Judge is ahead of us. No, he's just ahead, unfortunately. There he is.
All right, any issues before we bring the jury back in? Apparently not. All right.
He sounds disappointed.
Bring the jurors back.
He wanted some issues. Do you have any issues? Apparently not. I have rubber ducks on my windshield. You're a Jeeper. I had never seen that until I was here in North Carolina, and I thought it was just a North Carolina thing because we have Duck Donuts in North Carolina, which is a donut store that also sells rubber ducks, and they sell like 1 million different types of rubber ducks, and I think that's where the Jeep ducks come from. But there's a ton. I have 2 that Ryan Snapple sent me. I have my Detect-A-Duck, which is Detect-Duck. I don't know what we named him. I forget. And then we have Mrs. R.A.'s teacher duck. I just don't have a Jeep. So if you want to send the Jeep, that would be probably more helpful at this point. I can tell you this. If somebody sends me a Jeep, first of all, that'll be the day. And the second is I would definitely put this in there with the ducks. Center of the dash. Just like... I worry for Jeep owners when a wreck happens. Yeah, they've got to get all their ducks in a row. It's terrible. It's like, someone will send you a little Jeep. Probably Phil, TYO Toys. He has like one of every car. Mary Milady says, I just started watching this particular YouTube stream. Forgive me if this matter's been covered before, but why is it taking 5 days for a sentencing hearing for this person? Mary, this is actually a great question. This is in Florida, and this particular crime is a capital crime, meaning the death penalty. He's death penalty eligible. He pled guilty. There was no trial. And so he stood up in front of the judge, and he's like, you've been charged with this. How do you plead? Guilty. Right? He pled guilty to murder and some animal abuse as well, which the jury does not know about. They don't know about this one, that part. Anyway, he pled guilty, and now in Florida, the judge can't just sentence him and choose for himself. Says, well, I think he deserves the death penalty. This goes to a jury. So the jury has a hearing. Because there wasn't a trial, the jury gets to hear
Any issues as far as hearing or seeing
all the evidence to see if the death penalty should be applied.
what does the state? Very good.
This way, please, detective.
Okay, the detective's been recalled. Remember, we ended yesterday with a couple impact statements, victim impact statements, and now we have the detective finishing up the testimony. This should be the last day of testimony for the state. And then I think there's an expert witness on the part of the defense, at least.
Good morning, Detective Anderson.
Morning.
So, before we get too far into it, there's a couple things I want to clear up with you. We had a little bit of a numbering issue with two of the exhibits. What was previously doubled up as states 271 has been renumbered states 275. Could you just tell us what that is, 275?
That's the authenticity for the Facebook records from Noah Cole.
Okay, and I think the court previously entered it in as 271, but we're going to ask to enter it in as 275.
Any objection? It's in the, that's 275.
And I'm showing you states 276, which I believe yesterday had been numbered 272, doubled up. Is that the video of the confession that we watched last thing on Monday afternoon?
Yes, this is the first interview of Shelby Nealy.
Okay. And so, Judge, I believe we previously admitted this as 272. We'd ask to admit it as 276 instead.
Granted.
Thank you. All right, Detective Anderson, now that we got the numbering cleared up. A couple things. So we were all here. We watched that first video. A couple things. So there was some discussion about things pawned or traded in. Did you or other law enforcement officers do a lot of follow-up to go to different pawn shops or video game store in Ohio to retrieve or recover any of those items?
We did in Florida and Ohio.
Okay. Also, there was some discussion about Laura's phone. The defendant had indicated he had been sending some of the text messages, I believe, that we previously saw from that phone, and that he'd been regularly searching to see if 3 bodies had been found in Florida. And then he indicated what he did with that phone. Did you follow up, or you and Ohio authorities follow up on that information?
We did. If you watch the video, the detective was brought in from Lakewood PD. Shelby describes the area where he threw the phone out and approximately the speed he was going. They sent a patrol officer out there from Lakewood PD, and the phone was actually recovered in that area. It was in several pieces, but it was the old school slide phone with the keyboard, as he described.
Okay. And did you recover both phones or just one of the phones?
Just one.
Now, over the course of the interview, you appear to be friendly, understanding, appreciative of the defendant. Were those techniques that you were using?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you do that?
As I said before, when you're discussing something in the interview, especially of a nature like this, you want to keep them talking You want to appear understanding to the reasoning behind that, because it's very hard for people to talk about something so egregious that they've done, and that, you know, if you react like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that, you know, they're more apt to shut down and go, okay, well, this person doesn't understand why I did this. So if you appear understanding to their belief of why they did it, it gives them, you know, you want to keep the train moving, you want to keep them talking.
Okay, now that first interview, following that, was there some discussion with other law enforcement officers and agencies about how to proceed?
Yes.
And was it determined that it was a good idea for you to go and have a second interview with the defendant?
Yes.
And for purposes of getting more details, or what exactly?
Yes, I discussed with Sergeant Schlatter he was a detective at the time, from Pasco Sheriff's Office. I spoke with him on the phone, and based on the fact that I had already built a rapport with Shelby, had already spoken with him, coupled with the fact that they didn't think that they were going to be able to get a flight to Ohio until at least later in that day, the decision was made for me to go back and speak with him again to try to further more details, specifically for Pasco's case.
Okay. And did you go in and do that into the police department there?
I did.
And did the defendant continue to agree to speak with you?
He did.
And did you ask him for additional details of the situation with Jamie, as well as get into a little bit more of the situation with Laura, Richard, and Nicholas?
I did.
And what was one of the big differences with what he told you about how Jamie was killed?
The first incident, he advised that he basically strangled her to death and she passed away. And the second interview, he adds that he struck her with a hammer one time, I believe it was the middle of the forehead, to make sure that she was deceased.
Okay. And I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 277. Do you recognize that?
Yes, the second interview disc with Shelby Nealy, then that's my initial signature.
Okay. Is a fair and accurate copy with some redactions?
It is.
Judge, at this time we'd like to move State's 277 into evidence and publish.
Any objections? It's admitted and you may publish.
The defense has some standing objections regarding these videos. Obviously, it's quite detrimental to their client's future. But we are going to play it. It's going to be very similar to the previous one, I believe, in the same building even, if I remember right. So it might be very similar audio-wise. Hopefully he's a little louder today, where it's not 2:30 in the morning. He's not so exhausted. We can hear him a little better. The audio was a little rough last time. We'll do what we can to clean it up, as always. And replay's not working. Let me check the cable real quick.
And closes your mouth.
All right, we're waiting for everyone to get in the interrogation room. I don't know why they don't trim this part off. Was all they could do to edit this to get it ready for today. So. Do realize it's important if there is any interaction with the defendant that's captured on the video, it is important for the defense to have it, even if it happens outside the room. But don't hear anything yet.
Hello, how are you doing? We meet again?
Yeah, I'm in Oranges.
You want to have a seat? Is that more comfortable at least?
Yeah.
I would imagine. I should have known.
Get any coffee, my friend?
Could we get a blanket and some coffee?
It's like he places an order. A blanket and a coffee.
Just black, right?
Make it
just black.
black.
Yeah. All
Make
right.
it a double.
Well, as I told you last night, we were both tired. Did you get some rest?
Yeah.
I got a little bit. Not much. A little bit. So.
Before we start,
Yes.
I found out that my kids
I just asked them about that. Okay. I have an answer for you. Okay. I just specifically talked to the supervisor here, and I said, you know, be very concerned about his kids. And that was my understanding with the mother, your mother. He said, no. Right now, they're with, I don't know what they call it up here, Child Protective Services in Cleveland. So apparently, up here, and they do it towards you, I think they do it quicker, they have to basically background check your mother to make sure they're not releasing the kids to somewhere that's going to do them harm. They want a safe environment. So they basically have to call it vetting. You've ever heard of vetting? Basically, doing a background check of your mother, making sure that they're releasing your children to somebody that's going to care for their safety. They want the best for the kids. Okay, which I know that from talking to you, I know you want that. That's what your only concern, correct?
Right.
Okay.
I have another concern.
Okay.
When I was on the phone with her, she said tomorrow that she's going to Mexico for a week.
Okay. Like a vacation or?
Yeah, because my brother's graduation and shit. This is last year, senior high school.
Okay.
He just beat cancer, all this stuff.
Right.
Is that going to come into effect with CPS? Like, would they at least be able to hold on to my kids until they got back?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, they'll keep the kids. From my understanding, they'll keep the kids as long as they need to make sure they're safe. They're not just going to cut them loose. I mean, they can't survive on their own. They're obviously very young children.
I just want to make sure that they don't go to another family because my mom is going to Mexico.
Right. No.
They're not going to be adopted to another family or anything?
No, not to my knowledge. That doesn't happen. I mean, if your mom's there, I mean, it's 10 days. If she was gone for 10 months, you know, that would be obviously be an issue, but we're talking 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we talk about this, like follow-up questions I wanted to ask you, I just want to remind you that the form that you signed yesterday, your Miranda warning, that still applies. You understand that? Mm-hmm. Okay. You still want to speak to me, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I know this is crazy and I'm nitpicking because when I ask you a question, yes or no, not that because then people are like, well, would they say yes or did he say no?
Oh, okay.
Just for the recording, because all it sounds like is maybe you're clearing your throat on the recording. Okay.
I got you, yes.
Okay. In reference reference to my case with the 3 individuals, do you remember what color the hammer was?
I think it was just like a...
If you don't remember, it's fine.
I really don't. I promise you it's underneath the bed.
Okay. Well, we recovered it.
Oh, okay.
But I just wanted to know if you remember the color. No? Okay. And we might shift back to Tarpon case, but the Pasco County detectives and Newport Richey police are at the house right now. To try to find Jamie. They're there actively, trying to find her. Okay.
They still haven't found her?
I'm sure they will, but they had to get a search warrant for the house.
Right.
And they have to do it the legal, straight process. We can't just skip corners because you say they're there. We can't just start digging in somebody's yard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to do the legal process.
Can I get some water too?
I remember yesterday you were back and forth. Can we get some water also, please? Thank you. I remember yesterday you were going back and forth. And today, still no bang. I had to get what did I have to sell for today? Some kind of crappy monster. So, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Where's your hotel at right now?
Clemens, I think.
Oh, that's why. They don't really have good gas stations over there.
Yeah. And I'll survive. So anyway, the detectives from Pasco County wanted me to ask you some follow-up questions in reference to Jamie's death. Okay?
Sorry for being difficult.
No, you're fine. Okay. So, what was the approximate time period that you moved into that house on Norwood Avenue? Do you remember when it was that you moved in?
Late October, early November.
Of 17?
Yes.
Okay, and then you said you killed her in the beginning of January?
Of 2018.
Of 2018. Then you moved out at the end of the month?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember who your landlord was?
Shit.
First?
Nicole was the first name.
Nicole was the first name. And how much did you pay a month?
I think it was like $800 a month.
$800 a month. And how many bedrooms was the house?
2 bedrooms.
2 bedroom, 1 bath?
Technically 2 bath, but the other one was a half bath.
Half bath. So one with a shower, one without a shower. Okay. And you talked about yesterday, you were telling me that she was coming at your daughter with, I think you said a butcher knife? And where did she get the butcher knife from?
Oh, we had knives.
Oh, it was a kitchen knife?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you see her retrieve the knife, or where were you at when you first saw the knife? And what was your daughter doing in relation to that?
I was on the floor because she had beat the living shit out of me.
That night?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then she said she was going to go get a knife to kill me. To be honest with you, I didn't really believe it because, she goes and grabs the stuff and of course she uses it against me, but she doesn't try to take my life.
Right. Was that the first time, she had threatened you with a weapon? Normally it was hands?
She threatens me with a weapon all the time.
Okay.
You can call my mom and she'll tell you about incidences that she would come over and I just wouldn't even look like a person anymore, man.
Right. So you're on the floor playing with your daughter?
No, I'm on the floor bleeding.
From her beating you up?
Yeah.
And where's your daughter? Okay, so you're on the floor bleeding in the living room?
Yes.
Okay, where's your daughter?
She's in the living room.
She's in the living room also, playing?
No, she's crying at this point.
Crying because she saw mom beating you up? Okay.
And then I get up, she tells me to get down. I tell her no. She grabs my arm and cuts it like that. And then, I get down on the ground and Bella won't stop crying.
So she's got the knife. You get up off the floor.
Yeah.
Or are you still on the floor? You get up off the floor.
I'm trying to get up off the floor.
Okay.
You gotta remember, I'm dealing with a schizophrenic who is in her aggressive state right now.
Which hand does she have the knife in? Right, left?
That I can't remember.
Do you remember if she was right-handed or left-handed?
She was right-handed.
So
probably
most likely it's in her right hand. Most likely because we usually use your predominant hand, but that's an assumption. So she comes into the living room with this butcher knife, and then you did what again? I missed that.
I got up. Okay. She told me to get my ass down. I told her I'm not going to lay on the floor while she has a knife. And then she grabs my arm, cuts it like that. Honestly, I don't really feel it. I wonder if it was because it was so sharp or something.
Right.
But I instantly start bleeding, and I can see that affected her. Because this was like, probably, besides this was the deepest that she's ever.
You said there was one on your elbows from a hammer?
Yeah.
And when was that?
That was like, way beginning of 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
This
same house?
pacing of questions is crazy.
Oh, 2017. I'm sorry, that was 2018. I apologize. Okay, so she
Jump
cuts
all
you,
around.
then what happens?
Then she kind of starts panicking and seeing the blood and everything. And then my daughter is still like, screaming frantically. And she says she's going to make that kid shut the fuck up. And then she goes over there with like the knife raised. And honestly, I don't think she was comprehending what she was doing at this point.
Okay.
I really don't. Because she loved her kids. She did. Granted, she wasn't a good caretaker because of the way that she was raised.
Right.
She was very spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
They made 6 figures a year. She got whatever she wanted. Never had to cook or anything like that. I did all that. So, but that's besides the point. Horrible caretaker, but she loved her kids.
I don't see
right?
her
So
cooking.
I can honestly say that I don't like. I know she was going to take, I know she was coming after my daughter to take her life. That I can honestly say.
Okay.
But I do not think she was not in her right state of mind.
Correct.
When she did that.
Okay. So how do you stop her?
Oh, I get right the fuck up and I pin her against the wall, and knock out the knife from her hand. And I just start choking.
Which hand do you grab her with around her throat?
My right hand.
You're facing her, correct? You got her pinned up against one of the walls in the living room?
Yes.
Do you remember which wall in the living room?
Oh man, it's been such a while since I've seen the layout of that house. You'll have to forgive me. I've been
That's fine.
around.
No, that's fine. I know you've been in a lot of different places, and it's harder. You remember, and I remember yesterday you said, I just been trying to forget the whole incident.
Yeah.
And I told you yesterday with my case, same thing with Pasco's. They just want to be as detailed as possible and thorough as possible.
Thank you very
Of
much.
course, I understand.
So you pin her against the wall with your right hand. If you want, demonstrate against that. Like, say she's right there at that wall.
Yeah. And
You got her against
this.
Okay, and the knife's in her right hand still?
No, I got that, I pushed her up against the wall and I got that knife out of her hand.
Okay.
And I had her up against the wall.
With
like
one
that,
hand?
With one hand.
Okay.
And I'm stopping her from trying to fight me back with my other hand. Which she doesn't try to do at first, because I don't think that she thinks I'm seriously trying to, put a stop to this once and for all.
Right.
Then she starts realizing it.
And what does she do?
She tries to grab something to stab me. There was broken glass or something, and she stabbed my foot. That's where that's from.
So that's from the incident where you killed her?
Yes.
On your foot?
Yes.
Okay.
While she's being choked against the wall, she grabbed some glass and stabbed your
That's
foot.
fine. Hey, but like I said, remember yesterday I told you we'll take as long as it takes?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing today. I got an open flight. I'll be here. If I get here all day, we'll be here all day.
Okay.
Okay?
So yeah, I have her up against the wall. Knife's already out of her hand. Broken glasses around. Somehow we end up getting to the floor. Somehow. And that's where she grabs the broken glass and starts stabbing my foot and everything.
Is she gasping for air or saying anything? Trying to say anything?
She's trying to.
Trying to breathe or trying to talk?
No, she did get out a couple words. She told me that she would go get help and go to the mental hospital and all that. But
So, and let me ask you this, and just because people have difficulty talking when they're being choked, did you let off of her? Did you let pressure off of her so she could say that? Or did she somehow manage to get that out as you're choking her? Or did you not have enough pressure with the one hand where she can still talk?
I think she gasped it out because I didn't.
Something to the effect of she'll go get help?
Yeah, like mental health and stuff like that. To get
Like if you let me, do you remember what she begging for a life, let me go and I'll get help kind of thing?
Essentially, yes. It was more like I'll go get the mental help that I need to get myself better.
Okay, so at this point you've got her pinned on the floor.
Yes, and I'm choking.
Still with one hand?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no. Once we got on the floor, I'm sorry. Once we got on the floor, I moved to 2 hands. After she stabbed.
And once again, and I want to be as descriptive as possible. So let's say that she's right here on the floor, right next to me. Just show me exactly how you were. She's right here, her head's right here.
So we go from the floor. We're on the ground now. I don't even know how she managed to stab me. I guess my foot was like that because I'm like that now. She grabs broken glass.
So you got both hands on her throat now when you're on the ground?
Yeah,
Okay.
and she's stabbing my foot and everything. And then saying that she'll go get the help that she needs. And then she told me that she loves me.
And I'm assuming she's flailing with her arms and legs, right? And she said, I love you?
Yeah.
Okay. And Bella's still in the room, correct? I'm assuming she was there when it started. You didn't stop in the middle.
When I looked up, though, Bella wasn't in the room.
You didn't see her?
No.
You didn't hear her? Like,
No,
screaming or anything?
I think she ran to her
bedroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, because I was trying to think of where she was at during that time period. Because I think she ran in fear from my wife when she was coming at her. Because obviously she was scary and everything.
Right.
So she ran in fear.
Okay. So you're on her with both hands.
Yeah. And then I see the blood and everything.
Okay, so you've got her on the ground, you're choking her with both hands.
Yes.
And you see blood coming from just her nose, or was it from her mouth?
No, just her nose.
Both nostrils, one nostril, both nostrils. Okay.
And then that's when I kind of panicked and stopped.
How long from the time that you pinned her against the wall and started choking her, this is an estimate, I understand you didn't have a stopwatch, but you start choking her against the wall, then bring her to the floor, and you continue choking her approximately, big word, approximately, how long do you think you were choking her?
Like 3 to 4 minutes.
3 to 4 minutes total choking her?
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember the big detail that I forgot about yesterday. I do apologize. After that happened, I did grab a hammer and I hit her just to make sure that she was dead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
That's fine.
It just came to me because, like I said, I blocked that.
And when you hit her, that was still in the living room with the hammer?
Yes.
Where did you retrieve the hammer from?
We had a hammer in our house. It was in the kitchen.
Kitchen, like, seeing how like the thing, like a junk drawer in the kitchen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know where the hammer is now? Did you leave it at the house when you left, or did you dispose of it?
I disposed of it.
Do you remember where? I know we're not going to find it, but...
It was at the Wells Fargo dumpster, like right up the street from there.
Okay, that's where you disposed of the hammer. Okay. And how many times do you think you're struck with the hammer?
I was struck her once.
One time?
Yes.
Where?
I had, like in front of that.
So basically the same as
The dad.
with ours?
Yes.
Okay. With the same as Lee did to Nick and the dad, Nick and Rich. Okay.
And Laura.
Well, Laura, from what I recall, was all in the back of the head.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant just with the hammer.
Yeah. Same motive, or same modus operandi with the hammer.
Now, the reason I did that, because I do have a reason for that. It wasn't just a random act of violence. I just didn't want her to suffer anymore. I just wanted to put her out of her misery.
So you were afraid she was still alive,
Yes.
possibly?
Yes.
And you just
wanted
to end it?
Yes.
Okay. How long did she lay on the floor before you moved her?
I moved her immediately.
Okay. What, did you wrap her in or anything? Or did you just...
I dragged her.
What was the chain of events? Did you go run outside, dig a hole, come back in? Okay. Go from there.
So, I moved her into the bathroom and I put her body in the bathtub. And then...
And I'm assuming there's a fair amount of blood as you're dragging her in there?
Yeah.
Because she's leaking from the nose and from a head injury, I'm assuming. Okay.
Yes. What was I going to say?
Drug her into the bathtub.
I clean up the mess in the living room and partly in the hallway. Then I let my kids out and everything.
While she's in the bathroom, you close the door and you let the kids out?
Yeah.
Okay.
My kids, I can promise you, my kids have never seen a body, never seen any indication of that, or any indication of violence as far as from me goes.
Okay.
And of course, they did see their mom beat on me, but they won't remember that shit.
Right. Okay. So you let the kids out and play, then...
Honestly, after that, it becomes a little hazy. Her body did stay there for like 2 or 3 days, because I didn't know what the hell to do.
You're trying to think of how am I going to get rid of her?
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't the only thing going through my mind. It was like, I'm definitely going to jail. Her parents are definitely going to find out. Blah, blah, blah.
So approximately 3 days later, you do what with her?
Last night I had a backyard, so I could go back there, and I dug a deep grave.
Where did you get the shovel?
From the next door neighbor.
Did you go over and say, I need to borrow a shovel, or did you just take it? Or
No, I asked if I could borrow it.
yes. Do you remember what the neighbor looked like, or her name or anything?
She was an elderly lady.
Elderly lady.
She lived on the right of the house.
So if you're looking at the house, the elderly lady to the right, you asked her, can I borrow your shovel?
Yes. And she was okay with it.
Okay. So
Because we got along and everything.
okay. So you go back to the house.
Go into the backyard.
Where you told me yesterday.
Dig out a grave.
And you said it was a lot deeper than the one in Tarpon,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it was a lot deeper because I didn't have to worry about people peeking out their windows or anything of that sort.
Okay. Once the grave is dug, you go back inside. She's in the bathtub.
I lay a blanket down on the bathroom floor.
You remember what color the blanket was? Pattern? If not, it's okay. Like I said,
it was a flowery pattern.
Flowery pattern blanket. Was it from your guys' bedroom?
Yeah.
So you pull it from the bedroom. You put her, drag her out of the tub.
Put her in that.
Do you remember what she's wearing?
No.
No. Okay. So you put her in that. You wrap her up, or you just like use it as like a carrying tool.
I think I wrapped her up a little.
Wrapped it up.
Used it as a carry.
Tape, rope,
No.
anything. Just wrapped her in it.
Yeah.
Right.
And then dragged her out.
What time of day was it when you dragged her outside?
It was like 6 or 7 in the morning.
Okay.
Because I worked on that grave like all night.
All night?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so first light, it's light out, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You drag her out to the backyard.
Yeah. It's a wooden fence, so nobody can.
So nobody can see what you're doing. Okay. So you drag her out, put her in the grave, and then like we talked about yesterday, cover it up. There's no excess dirt. I'm just rehashing what we talked about yesterday. You flatten it out, make it look like it's supposed to be, and then you put some kind of wood construction debris on it. Okay. After that, did you go anywhere and purchase like cleanup supplies, or did you have stuff in the home?
I think I purchased cleaning supplies beforehand, like a little bit or something like that.
Wow.
So while she's in the tub, you went and bought cleaning supplies, or?
Yeah, for it to clean the tub when she got out and everything.
Okay. But I'm assuming you bring her into the bathtub, you had to clean the area in the living room, correct, before you could let the kids out? So.
Oh, yeah. No, I had cleaning supplies there already.
Okay.
But I just wanted, like, a body was sitting in the tub for 3 days. I wanted, like, major cleaning supplies.
Okay. Do you remember what cleaning supplies you used?
I think it was, like,
Brands.
Bleach and some floor scrub type thing, and some bathroom cleaner,
Okay.
like for the tub specifically.
Mm-hmm. Mop. Did you use a mop to do the stuff on the floor?
Yeah.
And then what did you do with the mop after you're done? Just disposing the garbage, or did you do the Wells Fargo dumpster again?
I did the Wells Fargo dumpster. Okay. But that I waited until after everything was like done and completed.
Okay. So, and from what your best recollection is, you threw away the hammer.
Mm-hmm. That was definitely thrown away.
That was thrown in the Wells Fargo dumpster.
Mop.
The mop. Anything else that would have been evidence?
No, nothing else. I would tell you too, obviously. But nothing else. I did trash the house to make it inconspicuous, to make it look like we were just bad renters and everything.
Okay. And was there any evidence that you like hid in the house, or just the cleaning? The only concealing of evidence you did was the cleanup and disposing of the murder weapon and the cleaning, the mop.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do with the empty bottles of the cleaning stuff? Did you throw those away too, or did you just leave them in the house?
I think those got left in the house, to be honest with you.
Did you, when she's in the house for the 3 days, does it start to get odor?
No, because I did the same thing as before.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did you pour chemicals on her?
No chemicals were poured on her. I'm talking about with like incense and candles and all that type of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. No chemicals were poured.
So it never got to the point where she's decomposing enough where it starts to create an odor?
Yeah, no.
Okay. So you got her out of the house and into the gravesite prior to that. At the time this happened, you're not intoxicated, you're not high on illegal drugs, you're clear of thought, you know what's going on, correct?
Yes.
I apologize, that was supposed to be my alarm, which obviously I'm way earlier, since I've been up for quite some time already.
So, do you know what's going to be the process with me now? Like, am I going to be, obviously I'm getting expedited to Florida, but do you know how soon?
Extradite, not expedite.
We are working on that now. I do not know the details of how you're going to be transported back to Florida. It could be with me, but I doubt that. Usually they have a transport unit that, you know, I don't know if they're going to use an Ohio transport unit to drive you back, or if they're going to drive up from Pinellas County with a transport van and drive you back. I don't know if they've worked out those details as of yet.
Now, how's this going to work? Am I going to be incarcerated in the general population, or because this case is so severe?
That will be up to the state attorney and the sheriff of Pinellas County as to how they want you housed. You know, if they think that you're in some type of danger, I can't say for sure. I would imagine that they would have you in some kind of solitary unit. That way you're not in any danger. Like you said, it is a very high-profile case.
Yeah, they're going to be targeted by people.
There's news media, like, everywhere.
About this?
Yes.
Is there news about me getting caught?
I would imagine. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm just being told there's media. I've either been interviewing you or someone else, or at the house, or attempting to get 2 or 3 hours of sleep here and there. I haven't personally seen any or spoken to any, but I know just from phone calls that I've been receiving that the press keeps inquiring about. They want to know what's going on. You know, like you said, you know yourself, it's an egregious, horrible act, and we're talking 4 people. And let me ask you this. And I said, I think you'll feel better. Do you feel better today?
I feel a little bit better.
A little bit,
I think I'm just concerned on my kids at this point.
Right.
I'm not going to get a happy ending. We both know that. I'm more than likely, because this case is a high profile, I might end up going on death row. We don't know. Just because you understand me and you understand why I did the things I did, general public isn't. General public is going to make me out to be a monster, even though I cared about my kids. Right. And I am a monster to a degree, Just because I didn't want to do all of this, I still did it,
And this isn't a question that they asked in regards to Jamie. I just thought of this myself. I'm assuming you guys are living in this house. She has clothing. Where do you do with all of her belongings?
Just leave it there.
You just left them in the house, and when you moved out, did you give the landlord any type of notice, or you just grabbed the kids, grab what you thought you needed, and
that's basically
go on? And the next place you go to, you gotta refresh my memory, is
Elyria, Ohio. Yes.
And that was with who?
Just myself.
Just yourself.
And the kids.
How do you spell that? Elyria?
Elyria. With an here.
That is not how I would have spelled it.
Oh, that's so freaking weird.
That's definitely not how I would have spelled it. So you go straight there. So you don't bring any of her belongings, nothing. Just reading all this to make sure I asked you every single question.
Can you be honest with me about something?
I can attempt to, like I told you yesterday, and everything applies the same. I will answer everything I can. If I can't answer it, due to the case, I'll tell you I can't, but I will try.
Is there a high possibility that I'm going to be going on death row?
That is up to the state attorney to decide. It is quite possible, just due to the
severity.
I'm trying to think of a way to word it, because of the amount of victims and the brutality of the way that they were killed, and the fact that you went there with the intent to kill them. There's a high possibility. Because one of the things that they look for death penalty case was premeditation, which you've admitted, I'm driving there, I'm going to kill them. So you got the premeditation, and then you've got the sheer brutality of formulating a plan. You've got Rich by himself. I've got to take him out now. Well, because if there's multiple people here, somebody's going to fight me. And I can't hit everybody at the same time. Correct? Yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
And like I said, I just went for the report. So the fact that they call it lying in wait, like you waited,
yes,
had a plan in your head, took Rich out. You stood there, waited for Mom. When Laura comes home, you know, as soon as she walks in the door, I'm killing her.
It wasn't a random act of psychosis.
Correct. It wasn't. You were not under the influence of drugs, not under the influence of alcohol. You were in your right mind. You knew it was wrong. Correct? All these things that we talked about yesterday. All these things that we talked about yesterday. So all of those things together are a recipe for a possible death case.
It's a DP case.
Yes.
I just want to prepare myself and everything.
Right.
And of course, with death penalty, that doesn't happen right away anywhere.
Right.
I've seen high-profile cases larger than this.
We're talking years. Any case is years. A death penalty case would be an extended amount of time. With another question I had with my case, with Rich and Laura and Nick, there was the only thing on the timeline, you're absolutely positive of the date and the time that you killed them, the 15th going into the 16th.
Show me the calendar. I'm very highly...
The only reason that we ask is that the 15th is a Saturday. Before 15th is a Saturday. Hold on, I'm going to go on it.
Okay, yeah.
15th is a Saturday, 16th is a Sunday.
Yes.
The only reason I ask is because we were looking at Rich's phone and talking to relatives, and there's a relative that said that they spoke to him on the 19th.
That would be impossible.
That would be
I
impossible.
can promise you.
So he was, you're 100% sure he's deceased by the 19th?
I'm 1,000% sure.
1,000% sure. Okay. I wanted to clarify that.
Here, can I see that calendar?
Yes.
Because this was in the morning with Nick, and it was at exactly a week later. This is the day that I left. I can promise you.
So the morning of the 23rd you left?
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was the 22nd. Okay.
Yes. So I can promise you no one talked to him the 19th.
Okay.
And
they could be mistaken, but I thought maybe that they had a picture, something like that.
No, they did have a couple of phone calls before, the day before that they were killed.
So there's no way he spoke to anybody on the 19th because he's dead. But the day of, you said he talked to her, or the day before, the day prior to you killing them,
the day before,
Rich made phone calls or received phone calls?
I think he received phone calls.
Do you know, by chance, do you know who he was speaking to?
No, because I didn't really. You ask him one thing and you get like a 3-hour conversation. And as much as a good person as he was, I wasn't trying to sit there for 3 hours. My guess is one of his kids, because it was so close to Christmas and holiday season and all that.
Okay. And I'm going to take some pictures of your injuries too before we leave. Okay, just because Pascal wants to show the injuries that you're saying that are from Jamie during the when you murdered her. During that, so you're basically saying that yes, I murdered her, but it was to protect my child.
Yes.
Okay. If that is the case, I have to ask you a follow-up question. Is once this happens, she comes at your daughter with a knife, you get cut, you choke her out, she's gone. Did the thought ever cross your mind of calling the authorities? Or did that not even enter the picture?
It kind of did. Like, when I saw the blood come out of her mouth and everything. Mm-hmm. Or not her mouth, her nose, I'm sorry.
Right.
And then I was like, no, you know, every time we go to the authorities to try and get help to settle this, it doesn't work. You know, in my head, I foresaw what was going to happen. She was going to get all better at the hospital, you know, physically wise, and then she was going to come home and continue beating me. It was just going to continue being a bad chain. You know, I know all these horrible events happen, but at least I can say my kids won't have to witness those horrible things.
You're right, and as we talked about yesterday, you know, you did, like I said, I think the way I worded it yesterday, you made some horrible choices for what you believe to be the right reasons, which were protecting your kids. People do horrible things under duress, circumstances that they think that they can't control, and you just made horrible, life-altering decisions. Sure. The butcher knife that she had Did you leave that behind?
Yes, but I can promise you it's not going to be recovered.
Did you clean it up and then put it back in the drawer?
No, I think I just left it. Because there wasn't much of my blood on it. Like, it was just a clean cut, and the knife wasn't white, and then I started bleeding.
Yeah, that was a lie.
But that landlord, like, basically, I think she, like, remodeled that whole inside of the house.
Okay. Did she ever try to contact you?
Yes.
Afterwards?
Yes.
I would assume, like, hey, what the hell happened here?
Yeah.
How?
Then I acted like that my wife had a big mental breakdown and that she needed to go to Ohio and everything. And then at first she believed me, and then she walked into the house and said that this is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. And that she was going to be coming after Jamie for money because my name wasn't on the lease.
Oh, for damage?
Yeah.
Did you guys pay a security deposit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, I trashed the house.
But it wasn't enough to cover the extensive damage?
No.
Okay. And do you remember, how many times did you talk to the landlord?
Only a handful of times.
Handful of times after you left?
Yeah.
Okay, so when is the first time she called after you take the kids? Jamie's buried in the backyard. You guys leave at the end of January. You pack the kids up in the Hyundai.
Yeah, she like calls me.
You take off to Ohio.
That week because rent is coming up. So I tried to make up some excuse for rent.
So you're guesstimating like the first week of February?
Yes.
She calls you and
definitely the first week of February.
And is asking you where the rent money is?
Yeah.
And you tell her, that's when you tell her we moved about, and you say...
No, I didn't tell her we moved yet.
You kind of, did you play it off like we're still living there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I told her that Jamie had a psychotic breakdown. I believe I called her the next day to even tell her. And then, yeah, that was that from there. You know, she's been trying to find Jamie ever since.
Okay. And the shovel was brought back to the elderly neighbor after you finished the grave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we discussed you wrapped her in a blanket from your bedroom and then you drug her out to the grave, correct? I'm assuming you drug her.
Yes. I forgot I did not say.
Okay. Did you pawn anything that Janie owned at that time back then?
No.
You didn't take any of it?
We didn't have anything of value.
You didn't have anything of value?
Because we would have pawned it. We were very broke.
I just didn't know if you took some of the house of hers, pawned it to get gas money, maybe to go to Ohio, or...
Actually, I got money from her parents. Her parents lent me $1,000.
How did they send that to you? They wire it to you?
No, they dropped it off. They thought that we were going up to Ohio.
So they personally handed it to you?
Yes.
And where did they ask where Jamie was?
Yes, and I told her that she was with some friends right now.
Okay.
Yes, and Joe was with us as friends.
Oh, because Jamie was Jehovah's Witness?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, claimed to be.
How many...
Claimed to be?
Now, did you ask them, did you do like you did before with the pretending to be Jamie, and you texted them and say, hey, Mom, Dad, we need money? Was it kind of that thing?
Yes.
Okay. And...
I made it seem like we need money because she needs to go to the hospital up in Ohio. We didn't have insurance down in Florida, and she kind of had some medical thing going on anyway, like something with her heart or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just used that excuse, and they gave me the money.
Okay. Did both of them come to the house?
Yes, but they didn't enter the house.
They didn't enter?
They just dropped it off with me.
Okay. How long were they at the house? A couple minutes? Here's the money.
Yeah.
Where's Jamie? She's not here. And then
they already knew that she wasn't there when they were on her way.
Oh, through the text message?
Yes.
Okay. And how many days was this close to the time you left? Or was this like right after you killed her?
Sorry, this was closer to the time I left.
Right. So you're basically getting money to finance getting out of Florida?
Yes.
Okay. So how many days do you think it was after they give you the money until you leave?
I think it was like 2 days afterwards.
2 days after you packed the kids up and gone? Okay. Can you think of anything else with the incident with Jamie that we haven't discussed, I haven't asked you, that you feel is pertinent to the investigation that's going to happen and is happening in Pasco County with regards to the murder of your wife?
None that I can think
And you guys were legally married, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What state did you get married in?
Florida.
In Florida, in Pasco County?
West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach you were married? Okay. Was it like a wedding, or is it like one of those go to the courthouse, sign some paper
Go to the
deals?
courthouse, sent some papers. We went to the beach and I don't know, there was like a big beach that we went to, very popular down there.
Elvis impersonator.
Good time.
So you have some ink there. What do you have?
It's actually her name.
A rose with
Her name on it.
Did you get that after?
No, this was before.
You had that prior to your death?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was never planning on removing it.
Right.
For obvious reasons.
Is that the only one you have?
No, I got.
I mean, you don't have to show them to me all.
I got the Punisher skull right here from my dad who died, and then I got a Bible quote right here.
What's the Bible quote?
From Revelations 21:6. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning and the end.
Okay. I'm not a big religion guy, so.
I'm really not either. It was in one of my favorite video games, and it just sounded cool to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said the one on the right arm was what?
Punisher skull.
Oh, that's what. Okay. That was the other question I had. Do you remember what you were wearing the day that you killed Rich, Laura, and Nick? Oh, because we recovered a Punisher shirt, and I can't remember what, I think it was a Punisher shirt and jeans in the washing machine.
That might have been it. Yeah, Punisher shirt. I was definitely wearing.
That's what you were wearing?
Yes.
When you murdered him?
Yes.
Okay. I thought of that last night when I was in the hotel room, and it escaped me till now. Like I said, I'm sleep deprived like you were yesterday. And when I leave here, I'll probably have another question for you, but it'll probably be, I'll probably have another question I'll think of when I get to Florida. I'll go, man, why didn't I ask him this, or why didn't I ask him that?
Yeah, I think I got my point across when it comes to Jamie. Obviously there was some domestic violence going on that couldn't be resolved.
Yeah. I want to clarify with the Jamie thing. You choke her out. Do you move her to the bathroom and net her with the hammer?
No, I hit her with the hammer first. No.
Okay. Would there be any reason for there to be like blood spatter on the wall in the bathroom?
Not that I can think of.
You never struck her again? Like when she had a facial injury, she's bleeding, and you hit her and caused more spatter?
No, I never struck her again. Why, is there blood on the walls of the bathroom or something?
Well, that was one of the questions I was asked, was in reference to, was there any reason that there would be that? I don't know, I'm not there. But one of the questions that they wanted to ask was, would there be any reason that there would be blood spatter on the bathroom walls?
No, that I can like it.
Nothing you can recall.
I've been being honest with you.
I know you have, and like I said,
like even when I put her in the bathtub, it's not like I flowed her about everywhere and then threw her in. That shit was tough to lift her in there.
So,
I can't remember.
Right, but you never struck her where it would have been projected off of her from you striking her.
No.
But it could be possibly from you putting her into the tub, maybe.
That's the only thing.
That's the only thing you could think of.
I only struck her once with the hammer.
Right. So, but that's the only way that we believe, or that you believe, that it could have possibly been put onto the walls or end up, spattered. Okay. I think I asked you, you're right-handed, correct? Okay, and that's the hand you grabbed her with, and we had you enact that.
When do I get to it? Am I going to be appointed an attorney?
When you get,
I know I don't have one right now.
Right, that was the waiver. That was the waiver you signed. That was your choice. That, you didn't want an attorney. You would talk to me at this time. Once you get to the actual, when you get transferred from here to, I don't know where their facilities are, but I'm imagining the jail. Once you're there, I don't know what their time frame is, but you'll be appointed a court-appointed attorney. So, do you have?
He's not going to really be able to help me out much with this case, is he? Because of my confession.
I can't answer that. I mean, I've had people confess to things and get an attorney, and they decide that they want to change their mind. And like I told you yesterday.
Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that. I can promise you with that.
Right.
Don't worry about that. I'm just trying to not get on death row like, if we can arrange something with the attorney to make me not get on death row. My kids have already lost a mother due to me. The only reason why I want to stay around is so I can get in contact with them. You know, if they ever have any questions, I'm there. You know, because eventually they're going to grow up. Why'd you kill my damn mom?
Exactly.
If I'm dead, I can't answer that.
Correct. Well, remember yesterday when I asked you if you wanted to write a letter, and you're just like, I'll do it when I get to jail. That was one of the reasons why, is because, you know, I've given multiple people that opportunity, and they're like, yes, and they'll handwrite a note, can you get this to my kids? And, you know, like, and I understand your point of view. I would be the same way. I mean, you did some horrific stuff, but they're still your babies. That was basically the reason for this whole chain of events, was them, and you want to be around to make sure, you know, what limited capacity you can to watch them grow up and answer any questions they might have.
Even, you know, just sending a letter, just saying I love you, you know. They could be having a shitty day, they could just write them up, man. Tell them I love my kids.
I know, man. It's okay to cry, bro. It's okay to cry. I'd probably be bawling my eyes out.
You know, I just want them to have the happy ending, you know. After I killed my wife, I knew somewhere that there wasn't going to be a happy ending for me. But if I could just make a happy ending for them, that's all I cared about. I'm content with going to jail for my crimes and rotting for life, or however long this planet decides to hold up before we blow it up, or, you know, whatever the hell happens. I just want my kids okay. I just want them to have a good life.
Right. I understand. I do. I know. Like I told you yesterday, I would do anything for my son, just, you know, basically what you did for your children. So, and I'm sure there will be questions for them when they get older. You know, and you're going to have a lot of tough letters to write, or visitations, or however that transpires. You know, you're the one that has to live with your crimes. You know, you're the one, like we talked about yesterday. I said, what do you see when remember I asked you, I don't remember, what do you see when you go to bed at night? You know, you're the one who has to relive the chain of events. The one that, you know, and you know what I mean?
It is tough. I mean, it breaks my heart every day, man. You know,
breaks your heart, huh?
People, they didn't deserve that. And now it's almost as if it was all done for nothing. But I can't believe that. You know, I have to believe that my kids are going to get a happy ending, and that I can sacrifice those people for no fucking reason. No, I know it's probably strange, but it hurts my heart. You know, I love my wife greatly. I stuck with her through thick and thin, you know. I mean, I got beat every day, man. Sometimes with a hammer. There was one time with a shovel. And I just stuck with her because I loved her.
She borrowed a shovel to beat you with it?
I just wanted her to get better. And of course, there's obviously different and better ways to go about things, but I just need my kids to be all right.
She borrowed the neighbor's shovel to beat you with it.
I hope with trusting you people that they will be all right.
Like I told you before, I spoke to one of the supervisors with the agency here, and they basically said, you know, once the background's done on the family, and they can ensure that they're releasing your children to a good and safe home, that, you know, that's the next step.
Will I ever know what happens to them? Well, I mean, unless I call my mom.
You will either have to, I will not, obviously I'm not staying in Ohio.
Well, no, I know that.
I won't be able to give you updates. I mean, if I'm still here and I get an update, I will most definitely either tell you in person or have it relayed to you. and I will tell them when I come out, that you would like updates when they get them as to the location of the children, if and when they are placed with your mother. So, I know that's your number one concern is I want my kids safe and welcome.
Well, I mean, like I said, my mother's the only living relative around besides all my relatives in Texas. I mean, there are her relatives.
But you said like your grandmother's elderly and the kids were too much for her.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about my mom's side. That was my dad's side that I was staying with.
Oh, okay.
But she'll definitely... I'm just concerned about that Mexico shit. That, happened at the worst possible time. But like you said, the CPS will keep them until...
they can keep them... the last thing that they want to do, and I'm assuming that in Florida, I can only speak for Florida, CPI or what do they call it here, CPS. CPS is here, I would assume, almost the same as in Florida. And I know in Florida, they do everything in their power to keep children with blood relative family. The last thing they want to do is...
Because my mom's interested, the only thing is this trip to Mexico.
Right.
So, I mean...
Well, it's not going to be like a forfeit or anything like that. I don't want to assure you of that. Just because she's going to Mexico, they're not going to go, oh, well, she's not available this week, so they're gone.
Okay.
That doesn't work like that. They want to place the kids with a blood relative. The children are already going to be traumatized because they lost their mom.
Well, they're going to be traumatized.
They may. Well, your son may not. Your daughter may. Well, I don't know that for a fact. I'm not a child psychologist. I'm not a memory expert. But she may. We can't discount the fact that she might.
The only thing traumatic for them is going to be not having me there. Because they're used to be there 24/7. I'm there when they wake up and I'm there when they go to sleep.
Right.
That hurts my heart. But eventually they'll forget about me in that regard and rely on my mom.
Well, and you have to look at there could be, I'm going to say, a silver lining to this. The silver lining to this being is, how long has your mom lived where she lives now?
My whole life, basically.
Her whole life, so...
Definitely my whole childhood.
Over 20 years, your mom's lived in the same place. She has a stable home. She works.
Yes.
She has a she works.
My stepdad.
Your stepdad, you said, is a nice man.
Yes.
He works. So, your kids are going to be taken care of. And I think a very big plus is going to be they're in one place.
Stable.
With people that love them, and it's stable. Because, their whole life has been what? Instability,
fucking hated
chaos. From what you're telling me, domestic violence, chaos, death, moving,
nuggets, more nuggets.
How many times have you moved since the birth of your first child? I should say your first child, because your first child is older. Since the birth of Bella, how many times have you moved?
I can't even keep track. It's been that much. Partly it's been my fault. Partly has been her fault.
Right, but I'm saying the importance of stability in that child, even at that age, that chaos of, we're moving again, pack up your things, move. New state, new people, new neighbors, new surroundings, new this. Then you're there for, like when you were in that Norwood address where you killed your wife, you're there for what, a couple months? And then, boom, you're gone and you move to Elyria, Ohio, you move there. Then you're there for a couple months, and then you go, is that when you move to Texas with Grandma? Then you're there for a little while. She says, I can't handle this. Then you got to get your own place. So you're talking in the last couple of years, you moved multiple times, right? So now, together with mom, stable, they're going to be loved, they're stable.
I know my mom will let me talk to them too, because she said that she'll always love me, even after I told her everything I did on the phone, which I know you guys are recording, but I already confessed anyway. Fuck it.
And I'm sure your mom has questions too. And I'm sure your mom And deep down in her heart wants to believe my son could not have possibly done this. So when you told her that, it probably
was on the phone. Her. She's just like, are you just like saying this right now? Like, are you having a psychotic breakdown? Blah, blah, blah. No? Wish I was. But no.
Yeah. Well, would you want to believe that one of your children was capable of such acts? I guarantee your mother is like, there is no way that little boy, because I guarantee you, she still sees you as a certain age. You know, in her mind, she pictures my little Shelby. She's not picturing my grown adult Shelby's son. There's no possible way the boy that I raised could have done this horrific stuff. I guarantee you that's, you know.
I didn't want to do this, sir. I promise you with my heart and my soul, I did not want to do this. They were good people. They were. And I just want to be a good person.
Yeah.
I try my best to be nice to people, to be good to people.
Try harder.
You can ask everybody who knows me, you know, they'll tell you that I am a kind-hearted person.
Who, and on that topic, while I'm in Ohio, who do you, if you were the detective, and let's switch seats, I'm over there, you're over here. Who would you think that I need to go talk to while I'm in Ohio?
I can make you a list.
Make me a list? So let's put a line underneath Maria, and you can, if you full name, like first and last name, and if you have an address or a phone number offhand, if you remember. I know you don't have your phone, so if you don't have a phone
give me my phone.
Yeah, I can't do that, but if you can just give me the names and possible or address or where they live, because I want to talk to everybody so I can, when I do my entire report, I can paint a complete picture of, you know, remember when we started talking yesterday, I asked you all the way back to your childhood. You know, how was your childhood? Because I want to know everything I can possibly know about Shelby from the time he was born until.
So as they do go up, they can see a different person than just this random act of violence.
Well, I want to paint the picture of you. You know, from everything you told me, everything everybody else tells me, and the judge, jury, if it ever goes that far, they can make their own decisions on Shelby. You know, like you said, I know people are going to see him as a monster. You know, I'm sure from what I've learned of you so far, everybody that I've talked to said he loved those kids more than anything. I mean, he was so attentive to those kids. He did everything for them. You know, to me, that doesn't sound like a monster.
Sorry, I'm just trying to think in my head.
And these are all persons in Ohio?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to have to catch him, her, him, and him towards Mama.
Are they going to Mexico?
Yes. I can give you their address, though.
Okay.
I'll write it next to Lisa.
Is that Mom?
Yes.
Okay. And if you would, just so I'm not going to know who people are, if you want to just write like in the column, friend, mother, brother, whatever their relationship is to you.
This is wild. Definitely don't believe anything other than the fact that he buried his wife.
You're good. You got the whole, just like the map yesterday, you don't have to use that little section. You have the whole piece of paper, so I don't want you to try to squeeze it all in there. You got plenty of room.
Take your time. Anybody else who can vouch for you? Can't think of anybody? Just Mom on the list?
This grandpa lives in Ohio.
Okay.
That's her address.
Mom and Grandma?
Okay. Is it somewhere close to here?
It's in Virginia, so about like 49 minutes.
Okay.
As far as Thomas, he's the same friend that I got the house with. So, roommate.
Okay, I believe detectives spoke with him. The Ohio detectives spoke with him. I will verify that. If they have not, then I will personally speak with him also. And I believe they have, but I haven't read like the transcript of what he said.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
He's going to get to keep the house and everything?
I don't know that I would imagine, because it was my understanding you pay for the rent, like, for the year.
Yeah, it's all underneath his name.
Okay, then I can't foresee an incident if it's paid for. As long as the monies were from your oil job and they weren't from a product of the murder. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all that money all the jewelry and everything you sold, all of that wasn't proceeds that you paid for rent.
No.
It was all from your oil job.
The jewelry money is basically gone. Like, that was like, because I wasn't getting shit for it. That was basically like hotel money, food money, shit like that, weed money, shit like that.
What hotel?
Oh, God. I can't even remember, man. I stayed at a couple.
Okay, for that. We talked about this yesterday. I didn't remember you saying anything while staying at the hotel.
Yeah, I stayed at a hotel when I got up to Ohio.
Oh, when you got up here afterwards, before you moved
Yeah,
in?
because we got the house the 24th, but everything was closed, so I couldn't buy any furniture or anything along those lines, so I got a hotel.
Where was the hotel? Just the name of the city, that'll be great. I can track it down.
I know it's in Cleveland.
Downtown Cleveland?
No,
or outskirts of Cleveland?
Just Cleveland in general. I forget, man. I'm really sorry. It's the only hotel around here that takes cash.
Cleveland hotel takes cash.
Mm-hmm.
How many days did you stay there?
It was just one.
One night. That's it. Any other hotels? So one hotel, one night, Cleveland. Only one that would take cash. Did you like call in on and say, do you take cash?
I went to like a couple of them and they're like, yeah, we don't take cash. I was like, why? Like, you guys are literally having the cash in your hand. I'm not paying to destroy the room. But, yeah. Literally, it's the only one around here that takes cash.
Okay. How far from here would that hotel be? How long did it take you to drive here? I'm just trying to narrow down because when I leave, I'm going to have to try to narrow down and try to get a receipt.
Well, it'll be easy. All you got to do is look up Shelby, Nealy, and you should be able to find the name.
Right. You use your Florida driver's license, your ID card, and it's an ID card, right?
Yes.
So you use that.
Yeah. So it should be fairly easy to find.
And that would have been the Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
You stayed there Christmas Eve to Christmas morning?
Yes.
Okay. And then you moved in like one day, then you moved in Christmas morning?
Can I stay on Christmas night too? I think I might have stayed in one Christmas night too, because everything was still closed.
The same one? Same hotel or a different hotel?
That's right, I didn't. Like, I just slept on the floor.
At the house?
Yeah.
Slept on the floor of the house, and the kids just slept on the floor with you?
Yeah, on Christmas.
Okay.
Because I wasn't trying to do that hotel thing again. Yeah, on Christmas.
Okay. All right, my man. Is there anything else you can think of you want to ask me, or I can try to answer for you before I leave?
Yeah, second.
Yes. I was just going to say I'm going to step off in just a second, then I'll be right back, okay? Be right back.
They leave to huddle to see if there are any questions they need to go over. If he wants to come in and challenge him, whoa. That can't be good on your neck. I didn't see him challenge him on much other than like the shovel. He could have challenged him on the right-handed thing. She was attacking me with a knife in the right hand, and I was choking with the right hand, but I knocked the blade out of her hand. But he imitated, like, it was
all right. I almost forgot. I want to take the pictures of the injuries that you said you sustained the night that Jamie was murdered. Okay? Okay. And I'm just going to take them with my phone for now. If they want to do them later again, they can do them.
Could you do me a favor?
I can. Let me do this.
Yeah.
So this is, I'm going to just take one from far away, right forearm, and then that's this. All right, then you said foot, and this is going to be your right foot. There's that right there, right?
Yeah.
What's the favor he wants?
Okay.
Those jail crocs don't smell good.
This is crazy because the last name thing just threw me for a loop, and then I think we're done. Do you, like, when you tell people your name, do you go by Shelby Nealy or do you go by Shelby Stenson?
I usually just go by Nealy at this point. What happened with that is the DMV down there fucked up.
The DMV
in Florida, West Palm, they fucked up.
Okay.
They basically made my name Nealy, even though it's Svensson, and I had all the documents to say that. And then, yeah. So my legal name is Svensson, though.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got the name change in 2003.
So, okay, you did have a legal name change.
Yes, I had a legal name change.
Just Svensson, which is your
real name, which is my stepdad's last
name. Stepdad's last name. Okay.
And then, like I said, they messed up when I went up there. Do you think I could call my mom?
As soon as we walk out of here, I'll ask them. I don't know what the procedure is on that, but I'll ask them. Okay.
I just want to let her know that CPS has the kids and that they're going to be doing background checks and all that.
Okay. Let me deal with the detectives and I'll ask. All right. Right back.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
The rose tattoo also has his wife's name on it.
Call the detective and pastor.
Let me do this because I'm only signing on another phone.
Facebook just reminded me of a picture from 2012.
So is there anything else going on? Like, I think the
I have no idea yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah. CEO said something about maybe moving me to downtown county or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he's in a rush to do. It doesn't
I'm
matter.
mounting a GoPro camera on a bull rider's helmet at a rodeo.
What's phone?
440-773-2308.
See if it rings. It doesn't.
Thank you.
Yep. I'm just going to keep the door cracked so I can see you, though, okay?
Yeah.
Hey Mom, it's me. Guess where I am?
It's me. Did you? I figured out where the kids are at.
Get the phone charger, see that. Try to use some privacy there, get my phone charger.
Yeah, on you. When I was talking to the detective, he was telling me that they're going to be seeing if you guys are a good, stable home for them, which you know, everything is, all your I's are dotted and all your T's are crossed. I mean, you've been at that house for like 19 years now, so you've had a stable place, stable jobs, you know, everything. You guys will be good with that. The only thing that sucks is my kids are in CPS right now, and that like really hurts me. Please, when you get my kids, take care of them and love them.
Feed them nuggets.
Oh. Well, Mom, would you raise my kids if they gave you my kids?
At some point, I must have changed it from number one to show number one. Probably the last time it screwed up and they need to change it to
I know.
not cold anymore.
I know, but I really need you to give it some thought and some serious consideration because these kids need you. Granny Debbie is not a good woman when it comes to all that stuff. You are the best mom that I know. You are. And I mean that with my whole heart. My kids need you, Mom. My kids need you so much. You're... Basically, they tracked me down and got me at the house and then brought me to the police station. I'll probably, are you there? I'll probably be getting expedited to Florida here soon, within this week.
Yeah, you're supposed to assault them,
No, they died, they figured out who did it, and then they caught me.
Yeah. This morning, I got to be caught for the day before long. Also on Friday, 24 after, I said,
I know you don't understand, but please don't hang up on me, and please continue loving me. Please don't.
Yeah, I'm working on the report that was filed by business because they hired a general contractor.
It was January of 2018. As for the date, it was probably a couple of days after New Year's. The story of her coming after Bella with a knife, that's all true up until the point that I said I let go of her. Let go. Yes. And then I buried her in the backyard and came up to Ohio with a shovel, and I had a backyard. No.
His confession to his mom.
I confess. Yes, I have. They're in the process of doing that right now.
This is crazy.
I just recently killed them. Yes, I did it in December, the early part of December. Until like September, and then I got my own place, and then I had no choice. I mean, there's always a choice, yes, but at that. Yes. They were with me, but they weren't. They were in another room when all that happened, and they were.
Great, thank you so much.
No, they trusted me. They think I've been with Jamie this whole time because I've been lying to them. So I told them Jamie was in Texas and that she couldn't get off vacation for work. And then I stayed with them for a week until I did that. No, they were awake, but I made sure to do it to where they didn't feel pain and didn't see it coming.
Hi, sir, this is Detective.
Yes.
Okay.
No, they were all caught off guard one at a time. Nick was gone at work and the mom was gone at the store. That's when I got the dad. I got the mom as soon as she walked in, and I cleaned up the mess. The brother came home that night, and we played video games and watched TV together. He went to sleep, and that's when I got him. I was going to bury them, but I couldn't because they were too heavy. So I just left them. No, they were all cleaned up and then I moved them to their room. I am sorry. I know this is difficult for you here.
Sure. The data check was issued. The data checks May 23rd, 2017.
I know. And I know I'm a monster and I'm a horrible person, but I need my kids taken care of. That's all.
Yeah. The amounts were $4,284. Yeah, I can. Thanks.
Mom, I'm not lying about this. I'm not lying about this. I am in jail right now calling you from the police station. I know you. What are you having a hard time believing? Mom, unfortunately, it's all true. And,
Yes.
I know. And I know it's hard for you. And I can't blame you for all the emotions going through you right now. I really can't. I don't blame you for hating me, and I don't blame you for not loving me.
You know, is it tied in?
And I don't blame you for, not talking to me ever again. But even if you don't raise those kids, please be a part of their life.
Because I know you probably did that. Provide you.
Mom, when I think of my child,
you can kind of check it out. That'd be great. That's exactly what I need. Oh, that'd be great. Thank you, sir.
well, that's and they're good kids. They deserve you. You can give that to them, Mom. You can give them the best life. You gave me a wonderful life. I promise you gave me the best childhood that any kid could ever hope for. Mom, I can't even. I know it's a huge commitment to raise 2 kids. I know, but Mom, these are your grandkids.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'll send that email request and then whatever you have, I really appreciate it. Thank you. You have a good day.
Mom, I know, but I'm not really focused on me right now. I'm not going to get a happy ending, Mom. This is a high-profile case. Your son is probably going to die within the next 7 years because of this. Well, yeah, I know that. Well, can I keep in contact with you for now when I can do my phone calls and stuff like that? Even if it costs money? Okay. And even if it costs money, I won't blow it up like how I did before. Okay. I plan on writing you too, if that's okay. I'm just really worried about my kids, Mom. They need you, and I can't describe that enough. They need you. You're their grandmother. And I promise you, they are better kids than me. They're so happy and loving. Your heart will melt just when you hold them, Mom. Please, I need you to consider it. I know it's a big thing to ask of you. It is. It's the biggest thing I can ask from you. Hey, after raising me, can you raise mine too? I know that's a lot. But it will benefit those kids the most in the end. My daughter looks exactly like you, Mom. Please. I'm sorry. I am. And I'm sorry because I know that I'm probably never going to see you. You know, I'm going to be in Florida after this. I'll probably never see you again. Mom, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm strong and I can survive. Okay. But those kids
not strong enough.
Are not strong yet. Please, please. If this is my dying wish, Mom, if this is my dying wish, I need you to raise my kids, because that's the only way I know they're going to have a good life. I can die peacefully knowing that. Please, I need you to talk it over with Dad. I need you to consider it, because you guys are the best. The CPS is going to want them to go to you. They're not going to want to deal with all that Texas garbage. And on top of it, you're a better fit than Granny. And you raise your kids with love, Mom. And you're just a wonderful, loving, kind person. That's what my kids need. They need that stability. They need that. I know this is a lot for you. Okay, I understand, Mom. I probably won't be able. I will, as best. Okay, I love you. Can you do me a favor? Can you tell Caitlin I love her? And to stop picking idiots, and to start learning how to be happy, and that I really did care about her, and that I always loved her, and I always will.
You have to tell her maybe you didn't.
Thank you. All right. I love you. Bye.
Hold on a second, because I gotta let them know you're coming back. Real quick question. Your children are listed as Bella Rose and Oliver Rose. Is Rose the last name?
It was, yeah, that's their last name. My last name was eventually going to become Rose, but...
Oh, okay. So you just have to change it. I just wanted to confirm their last name was Rose.
And they've got a couple follow-up questions.
Okay. All right, thanks, buddy.
I was on the phone with Pasco, and I was relaying to him all the chain of events. How you relate to them. The incident with the hammer, when she hit you with the hammer, was that the same day, or was that a different day?
That was way earlier than here.
The same house or a different house?
Different house.
Where did you live prior again?
So there were 3 hammers?
I lived with her parents before that, but that's not where it happened. It happened in Ohio.
Unknown address in Ohio is where she hit you with the hammer?
No, I mean, yeah, I don't know the address, but it was her aunt's house. Her aunt technically owns the house now.
And were the police called for that?
No.
No police.
No.
Where?
Police were rarely called, but when they were, they always took her away, and then she always came back.
Okay. Do you remember specific places where you lived where the police were called and she went away? Okay, where would that be?
Like specific addresses?
If you have them. If not, at least a jurisdiction, like what sheriff's office it would have been or what police department it would have been.
All right, so first place was Cleveland, Ohio, off of Pearl Road.
Cleveland, Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay. And she arrested?
Yeah, she was taken. She wasn't arrested, but she was taken for her psychological
mental evaluation?
Yes. She had beat on me, and then she had threatened the baby.
Beating on you with hands or with a weapon?
With hands, pepper spray, all that good shit. And then she held her newborn daughter up like this over the concrete.
Okay. Any other?
I got a question. Are the records of police calls always on there?
Yes, that's why I'm asking you, because the sheriff's office wants to look into any issues of domestic violence between the two of you so they can pull all the police reports and do research on what you're saying so we can validate what you're saying.
Okay. I did go to jail for domestic violence.
You went?
Yes. With her. It was at the...
Both of you were arrested?
No. I basically took the fall.
Okay, where was that?
This was at the aunt's house, Broadview Heights.
Broadview Heights?
Yes.
Ohio?
Yes.
Story changes. Oh wait, you can get police records? Okay, I was the one.
Yes.
I was the
domestic
one.
violence. I took the fall for her. I basically said I hit her and all this shit.
On that one?
Yeah. I even called the cops on myself and all that, I believe. Broadview Heights, there was a ton of cop calls there.
Multiple calls?
Multiple.
From who?
Do you remember the address there?
I do not.
So that's Broadview Heights, Ohio.
Yes.
So they handled
Wallings Road.
Wallings Road. Wallings?
Yeah. Another place she got police called on her heavily. West Palm Beach, Lake Worth.
Lake Worth Sheriff?
Yes.
Was she ever arrested?
Yes. And Baker acted.
Baker Act?
Yeah.
Do you know if she was arrested or Baker acted or both?
It was just Baker Act.
Baker Act.
Yeah.
And how many times? One?
No, she was Baker acted like 3 to 4 times there. You guys will be able to see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Spring Hill, Florida. That was domestic violence on her part towards her parents.
She arrested?
Yes. But that's the one where the parents dropped the case and all that good shit.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember when that was about? September of
2017.
And these other ones?
The West Palm, 2015.
Okay. Broadview Heights?
2017.
And Cleveland?
2016.
Someone's
They
microwave
were asking me to go
popcorn
more in detail with what, and I know you said it was ongoing domestic violence. Usually,
I'm sorry, I'll be the stop.
Yeah. Sure.
Shit, if I don't get me.
Yeah. Use the restroom.
What's that?
Restroom?
Sure.
This is just wild. Pretty sure it was microwave fish. Leftover fish from 2 nights ago's dinner, microwaved in the break room for everyone to enjoy.
Okay, thank you.
Better?
Yeah. Sorry, just keep worrying about
Can we fast forward? Or is that just really quick?
I only have one, and I would be the same as you are.
I just got off the phone with my mom. I know she's going through a lot right now, especially after hearing all this.
Yeah.
But she can't give me a definite answer on whether or not she'll raise the kids or not, which is kind of scary to me. But I think at the end of the day, she'll make the right choice.
I hope so. I hope so. All right.
Nice follow-up questions.
Yes. So are those all the incidents you can think of? Spring Hill, she was arrested for domestic on her parents, September 2017. Baker Act at least 3 or 4 times. 2015 West Palm,
Yes.
Lake Worth Esso. We can look it up if you don't remember a street. You were 1015 you call on yourself, Broadview Heights, but there's multiple other calls about domestics.
They're just going out
And
right
then
now.
Cleveland, Ohio, Pearl Road, 2016, she was Baker acted.
Oh, well, they don't do Baker acting up here.
Okay.
But yeah, they put her in the
Mental eval, they call it, something like that. Equivalent of a Baker Act.
Yeah, I think it was because she just got done having a kid and all that.
Like postpartum depression kind of thing. Okay. They asked me to go back the night that you killed Jamie. That day, you said she beat you up. What time of day did that? What time? What?
She died during the day too.
She died during the day.
Yeah, she didn't die at night.
Okay. So that morning, everything's good.
No.
It starts off crappy. You guys wake up.
Yeah, because her dog is lost. It was my fault. Like, I let him out, and I didn't stay out there with him.
So you let the dog out and just put back in? Or?
Well, the backyard had like a hole in the fence, like towards this way when you're coming out on the dining, onto that little dining area shit. So he went out that way. I remember now.
Was that the night before, or was that morning?
Night before.
Night before?
Yeah. So she's all upset about that, blaming me for that, basically attacking me all night and all that stuff.
So when you say attacking you, physically attacking you?
Yes, sir.
Punch, slap, kick?
Slap, kick, grab my balls, grab anything that would hurt me.
No weapons, though?
She might have whacked me with a couple of things. I can't remember, though.
Okay.
But, she usually did start whacking me when,
So what time do you go to bed that night?
Oh, I don't go to bed.
You don't go to bed?
No. She has me staying up all night looking for the dog and this and that.
Okay.
And she's still upset in the morning, so this continues until the afternoon. And then that's when it gets to the night part, and we know what happens from there.
So, continues into the morning. Now, is she still being abusive, still hitting you, or like, is it just like nonstop? Anytime she gets close to you, she's hitting you kind of thing, or is she like seeking you out?
Like she would seek me out. There were times where she would seek me out. The only reason she would stop at times is because it would like physically tire her out. But yeah, she would just, I would say something and then she would just start an argument with me and then get up and tell me that she's going to attack me.
She would tell you I'm going to attack you?
Oh yeah. The one time we went out and she bought a knife and she told me that she was going to kill me with that knife.
So, you had mentioned earlier that from these attacks, you were bloody. You were laying on the floor. Where were you bleeding from? Face, nose?
Face, because she would scratch me a lot too, so I was just bleeding randomly everywhere.
So facial bleeding?
Definitely body bleeding too, because when she would get into those modes, she would usually have me remove clothing to make it more harmful to me, to make it hurt more.
She would tell you to take your clothes off?
Yeah. Yeah, there was a time where she told me to strip down naked and go sit outside. And when if I tried to come inside, she would hit me with a belt.
Okay. So when you're laying on the floor, are you naked or you put clothes on?
I have
this time.
I just don't have a shirt on, but I have pants on.
Pants on?
Yeah.
And what time?
It was. I was bleeding and all that stuff, and she had continuously been beating me with a belt, and then she was like, you know what, this obviously isn't doing shit, let me go grab something else. And that's when she goes and grabs the knife. I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to keep adding details in
No, that's fine.
I just keep remembering them.
Beating you with a belt, you're on the floor.
Yeah, well, she makes me go to the floor. I'm not on the floor purposely, like
I think he's
like
remembering in Natalie and Bruglia.
Down that bad. Like, I'm on the floor because it's like, dude, you need to fucking stop. Like, I'm literally laying here. Just stop.
You're like on the floor in submissive position, hoping she'll stop.
Oh, yeah, because I'm bleeding. I got red marks all over me from
Did
that
you tap
leather
out?
gas belt.
And she said this isn't working or something like that? Or?
Yeah, and that's when she went into the kitchen. And that's when I'm slowly getting up and everything. And she comes out with a knife, tells me to get down. And I say no. Grabs my arm, does that. And then goes after Bella. We know the story from there.
And what time of day was it, you said?
It was around afternoon, like early afternoon.
You remember the day of the week, by chance?
Did they find her?
They're still working on it. It's a very tedious process when you're trying to unearth somebody.
Waiting for a search warrant or something?
I don't know what the status of that is, but I will tell you, when they do get the warrant, or if they have it, they have to go like a little very methodically when they're excavating, especially human remains. I don't know if you've ever watched any shows like that, but they have to go like layer by layer. They can't just get a backhoe and just start scooping because they don't know how deep she is. And you said you think 5 feet, right?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. But if you're, if I just said, hey, Shelby says she's 5 feet down, and they measure 5 feet, and they just start scooping up, and she's at 4, they're going to damage her remains. We don't want to do that. You understand?
Yeah. So they're probably going to be there for.
It's like I equate it to like an archaeological dig. You know, they're going to go layer, 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 layer. I mean, they're going to go very thin because they don't want to disturb her because they go.
Because at this point it's been a year and they don't want to damage.
Right. They want to keep her in the condition that she is in to the best of their ability. Okay. So, just for that day so the night prior, you lose the dog. You know what time that was by any chance?
Around 8 at night.
So at 8 o'clock, you lose the dog. She's blaming you all night, smacking you around, hitting you with various items, basically anything she can find around the house. Where are the kids at when all this is going on? Are they there?
Yeah, they're sleeping in their room at this point.
At night, they're sleeping?
Well, at first they weren't, but then it was like, dude, you can't just keep doing this in front of them. So I put them all to bed. And then, of course, I got attacked because I was calling her a bad mom and all of that. Can I get some water? Yeah.
I'll give you this also soon.
He's still drinking. Water. That's more water.
I'm gonna need some too pretty soon. We talked so much yesterday. I was like hoarse. Yeah. I don't know about you too. So.
I'm just glad they finally gave me a blanket and real clothes today.
Yeah, because that paper suit wasn't cutting it.
Unless I held completely still and didn't move in my sleep.
Yeah. Well, I told you about the blanket because you always have to worry about risks of the person trying to hurt themselves.
Yeah.
You're up all night looking for the dog. Upset you don't go to sleep. She continues to hit. Does she ever go to sleep?
She goes to sleep, yeah.
She goes to sleep. Do you remember from when to when by any chance?
No, because she would just wake up randomly. Did you find my dog? Obviously, I didn't say that and get attacked. To this day, I still don't know what that dog is.
What kind of dog was it?
It was a German Shepherd pit.
It's an interesting mix.
Yeah.
What was the dog's name?
Captain.
Captain? Yeah. So you didn't kill the dog?
No. Thank you.
Alright, so she sleeps on and off, and like this. Are there ever any good times during this day, or is this all?
No, this was hell.
This whole day was just like her beating on you randomly, face everywhere.
Real obvious.
Okay. Did you ever take pictures of any of your injuries?
No, but I will tell you that pictures did often get taken of me from the police, especially on Wallings Road.
Okay. But nothing, the day of her death,
no,
I know you didn't call the police, but you didn't like take her cell phone, your cell phone, and take pictures of your injuries. Okay. Sorry, I was all scribble everywhere. I'm trying to keep it all together.
Organized.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of...
Organized chaos.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. I feel like I'm missing one more place that she had the police call. 6007 Morningside Drive. 6007 Morningside Drive. My parents' address. She had the police call.
Where's that?
Parma, Ohio.
Parma, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
When she was arrested, or?
No, she was just told to get off the property. Because she was harassing my mom. Like, majorly.
Remember when that was? Approximately a month, year?
2017.
You don't know when? Just 2017?
I think around March. No. April. Yeah.
But as long as we're close.
2016 of April, because I'm thinking of my son's thing. And then she had the police called on her at Chupa's Marketplace.
Chupa's?
Yeah, Chuppas.
Chupa's.
Marketplace. That's in Parma Heights, Ohio.
The business? I'm assuming?
Yeah. I was working there and she was trying to argue with me and got upset that I wouldn't argue with her while I was at work. So she came up there trying to, And they'll tell you,
I'll call the police.
I believe the owners of the store.
She got mad because I wouldn't argue with her?
The police called me to leave.
Yeah. I think they tried to take her to jail, or they were going to do something along those lines. But she said that Bella was sick, so they took her to the hospital instead with Bella.
Possibly the hospital.
Yeah, that's everywhere. That's definitely everywhere now. She's got the police called on her.
Okay.
All of her psychosis and domestic violence related stuff. However, you're going to run into the problem that almost every single one of them got dropped.
Okay. Well, but they're still documented.
Okay.
No matter whether they were prosecuted, successfully dropped, no file, whatever we call no file, what they don't file charges, there's still a police report generated. So if it's a permanent record. I mean, it may say at the bottom that charges were not pursued, charges were dropped.
So does that mean the pictures of me are gone? Or are they going to still be documented, those pictures?
It depends on the agency, their policy. They usually keep them for a certain amount of time. And then if it's a no-file case, they're purged because they can keep cases, keep evidence of cases that are purged for, you know what I mean by purged, like dismissed. You can't just indefinitely keep records for every single thing. But there's usually a time frame. They usually have a policy where they have to keep it for a certain amount of time. However,
because in years, it's probably gone.
If the photographs are gone, if there were photographs taken and they're gone, I know my practice and our policy in Tarpon Springs, Florida is if there's injuries, to document the injuries, you don't just say, see pictures.
Oh.
Like if it was me, I would say Shelby had injuries to his right cheek, his right arm, whatever the case may be, you would write it down. Because there's an old saying in police work, you didn't document, you didn't write down that it didn't happen.
That makes sense. Okay, yeah, that definitely should be documented.
So, and I think we covered this, the hammer, after you choked her and you went and retrieved the hammer, you retrieved it from the kitchen.
And the hammer is gone.
And that's the one you disposed of in the dumpster at Wells Fargo.
Yes.
And it is not the same hammer that was used at Ann's house?
No.
Okay.
There were 3 hammers. One he got hit with, one he killed his wife with, and one he killed the in-laws with.
So these cases aren't going to be put together, are they?
No, they can't. There's 2 reasons for that. Number one is, I'm sorry, a big Pete. There's 2 reasons for that. Number one, 2 totally different time frames. When you killed your wife, it was over a year ago, and it was in Pasco County. That's a different jurisdiction, Tarpon Springs. So then my case with the 3 individuals, that's in Tarpon Springs, Pinellas County, Florida, different jurisdiction, different time frames. So they have to be, they're in the same judicial circuit, but they're separate jurisdictions. You know what a jurisdiction is?
Yeah.
Like Pasco County is one jurisdiction, Pinellas County, Tarpon Springs is another jurisdiction.
So I'm basically going to be getting
So you'll have, correct, you'll have 3 homicides in Pinellas County,
and then 1 homicide.
and then 1 in Pasco County. When you were living in Pasco for that brief amount of time, you lived there for a total of what?
Like 3 or 4 months at that.
3 or 4 months?
October to January.
Of 18, right? Did you have any friends, acquaintances, or anything like that that you would have told or confided in that, you know, my wife beats the shit out of me with belts, whatever she can get her hands on? Is there anybody in Pasco County on Norwood Avenue or anywhere in that vicinity that the Pasco County detectives need to speak, you think that they need to speak with, that would have pertinent information regarding you and Jamie?
No, we just kept to ourselves.
Just kept to
I mean, we talked to the neighbor boy here and there.
Just to borrow the shovel.
Kept to ourselves.
So you
They didn't see any domestic violence shit going on.
But you didn't like have a buddy that you confided in and said, "Hey, bro, my wife beat the shit out of me every day." And I know that's kind of an embarrassing thing. You're a guy.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, "Brian, hey, my wife beats me up."
I wasn't allowed to have friends.
Okay.
I mean, of course, her parents knew about it, but they didn't really care.
And unfortunately, we can't ask them. You know what I mean? I'm talking about people we can ask to validate. You know, yeah, dude. Like,
Now, there are people you can validate the domestic violence from her to me. My parents are for sure.
right. But I'm just saying, like in Pasco, you can confide in a neighbor, a coworker. You neither one of you work when you're in Pasco, right?
Right.
All right. Just type for just a minute. We're making a phone call, relay this information, make sure they don't have it so that I'm not dragging it down. Okay. You're right back when you run over. I'm just going to go.
Pick a winner. It's biting his fingernails. Probably the most disturbing thing we heard today is his call to his mom and the manipulation he was using there, trying to get her to raise his kids, which it sounds like she has not even met. The BK sentencing tomorrow. We'll be live with that as well. Yeah, most sentencing hearings, you have a situation where the jury's told, consider everything you heard during the trial, plus this little bit for the sentencing hearing. Now, since there was no trial, you have to get it all. Thank you for that, I Rescue Dogs. Sounds like
You don't know, Brian. Okay. And when you're...
Back it up a little bit. Apparently we're allowed to skip ahead. EK tomorrow, 9 o'clock Mountain Time is the start. We are expecting the judge to start unsealing documents within as soon as the appeal time frame expires. I know he doesn't have appeals, but there's still an appeal time frame.
Who's Brian? You know somebody named Brian?
9 p.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Eastern.
You don't know anybody? You don't know Brian? Okay. And when you're digging the grave and tarpon, your daughter's standing outside with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, my son was taking a nap.
If you need help, like someone can hold it while you're doing it, just let me know.
Who's Brian?
Who's Brian? Was he someone from Tarpon Springs or Pasco?
I don't know. They just asked me to. They just asked one of the detectives in Florida just asked you who Brian was, and then asked about the. Let's see. Did you take any of the dogs for a walk?
No.
Do you
Mention the dogs. Careful.
Okay. I'm going to try to take some to scale. They want a measurement on your injuries. So let's see. Try to do that's about the front of it, right? And that's I need to do one from here.
Shelby Nealy.
Foot.
Shelby Svensson.
Can I ask you a couple of questions?
I told you before, you don't have to ask me questions. I want to be able to tell you, but if I can't answer your question, you know how I've been trying to be upfront with you. If I can't answer, I'll tell you I can't answer it. Kind of point this one out, where does it start? It's from there to like there?
Yeah. With this being a high-profile case, they're obviously going to want to get solved quickly to keep the public happy, correct? Because the case is solved.
Solved? Yes. Completed? No. Because, like I told you, I want to be able to paint a picture from as much as I can of everything you did, tracking all of your movements, everything. You know what I mean? So,
Jenny,
what was your phone number?
832
8675309. Jenny, 6 days a week. That's a hard schedule.
I think they were asking because you ordered a pizza on Domino's. Did you remember like calling them and telling them who's having a bad day or something like that? Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah.
What did you say to them? Like
I said, send me up who's ever having a bad day, and I'll give them a good tip.
Give them a good tip.
Yeah.
And what was the reason for that? Just trying to make somebody's day better, or?
Yeah.
Just trying to pay for my sins.
Because I killed people doesn't mean that. First of all, we already know that I didn't want to kill those people. Second of all, I do try to spread kindness and be a good person as often as I can be.
I'm just down there in Florida spreading kindness.
Way better. After doing all those atrocities.
I had to get a drink, I'm sorry.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
I told you, we've talked so much, and I'm sitting there, I don't want to stop you from talking, and you're drinking water and coffee. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so thirsty. I think it was making me thirstier looking at you drinking, you having drinks and me not having drinks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need soda.
I'll mess with you mentally. What was I saying? Yeah, I just was.
You were spreading cheer and wealth and.
Was that the person's name from Domino's, Brian?
No, I believe, if this is off memory, that was a female that delivered it.
Yeah, it was a female that delivered it. Yeah, you guys really dotted your I's and crossed your T's. I didn't even know that kind of shit could be tracked.
It's all tracked.
Yes. We track. We have you selling games on video.
What games?
His Xbox stuff. I guess you went to GameStop. Remember you went to GameStop with the...
Oh, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I traded some of the games in to get a Nintendo Switch. I forgot about that.
Okay.
I definitely apologize.
Where's the Nintendo Switch?
It's in the house.
In the house.
Thank you, Bite Me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to lie to you. There's just a lot of details to go along with this shit.
You were under extreme
pressure. What word do you have there?
So you traded the games for a Nintendo Switch. Yeah, so, yeah, that's our job, is to create a solid, like tomorrow I was trying to tell you the importance of the timeline. Remember I went back and rehashed about the phone calls with him because he said, you know, a relative said he called him. He said that's absolutely impossible because I know for a fact that I killed him prior to that. So,
yes.
he's telling me off, I guess.
If there's other questions you need to ask me, go for it.
Go for it.
I honestly can't remember O'Brien or who O'Brien is, or I didn't even really talk to anybody when I was in Tarpon Springs.
Right.
I may have talked to a neighbor here and there that passed by, but
While you were digging the grave.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
The neighbor said that your daughter wanted to pet their dog or something like that.
Digging the grave here. How you guys doing?
So with this being a high, so this case it's solved basically, but it's not going to go through its final.
That's what we were, okay, so that's what we were talking about. So, because the next step is we have to search the residence you're staying at now, so we're going to have to get a warrant to go in there and search that and retrieve all the items that you said were from their house or that you brought back. Then we have to get a warrant for the vehicle that you stole from them, and then get all those things done and processed. And then, like I said, I haven't been able to talk to the, we have to figure out arrangements of how the vehicle, or all
that's
brought back
what's
to
confusing
Florida.
Because the CO was trying to say that I'll be going to downtown county.
Well, because that is an actual, this is only like a temporary, from my understanding, this is like a temporary facility. This is like their jail. Anytime you charge, you go to an actual county facility.
Okay, so I will be going down there.
Yes, because this is like a temporary spot until they can bring you to the actual, like this is the police department. They have holding cells. Then you're brought to a county jail, which is where you would be until you're brought back to Florida.
How long do you think that'll be?
I can't answer that.
Okay.
So, I mean, I would assume they're going to try to expedite the process.
Extradite.
You know, they have to do extradition paperwork, and if you don't oppose the extradition, then it goes faster. You know, if you decide you want to try to fight the extradition, then there's hearings involved and attorneys, and slows the process. So, well, I can't give you legal advice. If you waive that, that's up to you. You know, but I can't give you any form of legal advice, obviously. And I'm not an attorney, so you don't want legal advice from me because I'm not an attorney.
Well, we both know what I care about, the end results.
Yes.
And the truth is out.
Bottom line is your kids.
My kids. That's the very biggest thing. I don't think they'll have me in the general population.
I can't answer that, but like I said, I don't think so. But I can't answer that. And here, go ahead and stand up for me, and I'm going to take an overall picture of you. I know I took like the detail with the rulers and like that. That's going to take like a. All right. 1, 2. It's going to take 1, 2. Turn your side. 1, and back the other way.
This is just for my Facebook page.
And we'll do one key. You're supposed to see the tattoo. All right, and this one. Oh, okay. That hurt? I know that had to hurt. I heard that ribs are painful, and
the Bible verse
I got a lot of ink. I did not do the ribs.
Oh yeah.
Because number one, I'm a little chubby. I'm a little bit older, and it would look like a wave instead of like five. I would be able to read it.
Yeah.
And I've been told when I have a lot of ink that it is an extremely painful place.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I thought my chest hurt more than that.
I've heard chest is very painful too. I don't have any on my chest. My arms are done and my back is done, but I don't have any. I know I have the inside of my arm done, and that was quite painful. But I've heard the chest is. I have friends that are covered, and I've heard the chest is.
Yeah, that chest was no joke.
Very painful. Was it worse than the ribs?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, with the ribs, they were just writing shit down like in black ink. So
there's no shading, no rubbing.
Yeah, it was. First of all, this is a cover-up of a tattoo I had previously of my first wife, because I was 18 and dumb.
Oh, and that's the Caitlin.
Things got better.
You guys were married.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right. You said you were married as Bree, and you were hitting her. You were messed up. You were hitting her and stuff like that. Were the police called for those?
Yeah, I went to jail for that for a couple of days. But there was only like, it was just that incident. Year 2012. 2012
with Caitlin.
Yeah.
So he's in jail several times now.
It might be off my record at this point because it was a misdemeanor, and it was when I was like 18, 19, and I'm like 25 now.
And you were 10, 15 for domestic? You were, sorry, I use police lingo. I apologize. Talking to you like you're police. We've been talking so long, I feel like we work together almost. We are working together. 10, 15 is like a street for us. It's like you're arrested.
Yeah.
So you're arrested for domestic on Caitlin, your ex-wife, in September of 2012.
Yes.
When were you divorced? Approximately year.
I believe it's actually the same year that me and her got married, 2015 of March.
Moves quick.
All right. Well, this is probably going to be the last time we're going to speak. So if you have anything else that you could think of, now's the time.
I'm not really concerned with my safety up here because, this is a Florida case. I don't think that shit will be on the news up here, all like that. I am concerned about my safety down there.
And they are, and I know prisoners a lot of times don't think we care. We don't want to see you get injured either. We want this to go to the justice system. We want everything to go smoothly.
Cops are allowed to lie to you in interviews.
Ensure the best of their ability. I am sure of your safety. Whether it means you're not put in general population, you're put in solitary, that may happen. I don't know I can't speak of what the arrangements will be, but I know, I will express to them that you're concerned for your safety. I'm sure they are as well, being a high-profile case. The last thing they want to happen is, hey, we just arrested this guy for 4 homicides and something has happened to him, because then it looks bad on us guys. Like, okay, you did all this work to catch this guy. You go all the way to Ohio and you can't even keep him safe. So the last thing they want is, you to get in there. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I will express to them that you are concerned for your safety. Yeah. And,
it's just because of the kids. Like, I don't want to.
Oh yeah, for the kids.
They've done with a lot of shit already, and they're going to continue doing with a lot of shit the older they grow up. But the last thing I want is they can't get their questions answered because they got shamed in prison.
You want to be alive so you can answer their questions when they're old enough to know what happened and can get answers.
I want to be able to tell them I love them.
Right. Gotcha.
Well, you might want to write
that. All right. Well, I sincerely wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And
not that I don't have much luck, but
well,
let's hope I don't die.
Obviously, that too. But like I said, I appreciate your forthcoming honesty and bringing a quick resolution to this. And I think that one of the, albeit horrible, ways to get to the outcome is that like I told you yesterday, hopefully we can recover Jamie and we can give her a proper burial, because she doesn't deserve to be in a backyard wrapped up in a comforter, So, and you said you did the chemical thing on her too, right? No, I didn't. You did not? Okay. Just the cleanup in the house. Okay. All right, I'm going to go get them and they can bring you back. And I'm sure I'll probably see you in Florida at some point in time in the future, but it may be a while. Okay?
Okay.
Nealy does. He's going to walk you back to the door over here, this gentleman. Leave the blanket.
Yeah, no blankies.
Members of the jury, let me advise you of this, that just like the first interview that you saw, the video that you just viewed has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording had been edited should not concern you in any way. All right, seems like we've been going long enough, so let's go ahead and take a 15-minute break.
So I have not seen anyone on the defendant's side of the courtroom. Doesn't mean he doesn't have people supporting him on the outside, but nobody there in court. He has previous days had a large book with him, 773-page book that he wrote and published. It just actually came out, in 2 days it will be a month ago. I'm not trying to shill his book at all. I don't. I believe the 1-star review that it's terrible. I believe it. I don't need to read it for myself to figure it out.
Comfort break and then.
But in that book, in the foreword of the book, he thanks 3, I believe, females, and talks about how beautiful they are and his angels and everything else. And it sounds like he has somebody on the outside that he sent these handwritten manuscripts to, and they got scanned into text form type and then printed in a book, probably like a Kindle Direct Publishing type thing. I'm pretty sure nobody gave him a book deal, and I'm also pretty sure nobody will. But he's had that book with him and has been reading from it at various times. Fascinating. Listening to him talk to his mom on the phone, basically saying, "Hey, Mom, it's me. I'm in jail. Yeah, they picked me up. They caught me for triple murder. Yeah, just did it the other day. Yeah, it's fine. The kids didn't see it. They were in the other room." I mean, the sort of things he says to his mom is just, he comes across saying, "Oh, I'm all worried about the kids." He had his daughter out there while he was digging a grave, for one. Yeah, just his poor mom. I imagine the other side, what she's going through is just terrible. And it sounds like she has not been in his life very much, even to know what the kids look like, because he's like, "Hey, you'll love my kids," which I now sort of hope you will raise as your own, because, I killed their mom, and now I'm pretty much going to be locked away for the rest of my life, however long that is. So you'll like them, that she looks just like you. That was one heck of a call for a mom to get. Just wild. All right, he's been reading the same page over and over. He's found an error in the book, and he's upset. Meowsers, welcome. Good to have you as a member. Once you click that subscribe button, you can never leave. It's like Hotel California here. I don't think Mom will testify in his defense, but I don't know. They might get. I'm going to turn that down just a little bit because the buzz, the audio is a bit much. All right. Tomorrow, just for a heads up, tomorrow Brian Koberger has his sentencing hearing. It should be much shorter. By that, I mean it should be maybe 2 days at the most. That's what I'm hearing. It's scheduled just for July 23rd. If it goes a second day, then it does. But we're going to pick that up and air that live as well. So we'll see where this ends today. I'm pretty sure we expect that the defense will pick up their case no later than lunchtime today. Going to get the link for the Screaming Goat. Thank you, Amber, for putting that up there. You can get your very own Screaming Goat, which is highly appropriate for cases like this. Just a reminder, the jury that is sitting here is not determining guilt or innocence. He already pled guilty. Pled guilty to the 3 murders. He has committed 4, but one was in a different county, so it was tried separately. He's currently in prison for that one, where he was convicted of manslaughter. Where did he plead? I don't remember. I think he pled. To that one. But he's in prison for that, and now it's been years as they've been preparing to take this case to trial. And I mean, this happened, in 2018, I think it was? 2017, 2018? Right around 2018. It's finally here. It's finally in trial, and it's only... I need to turn this off so you can do this. It's only for the sentencing. Sorry, my mind's in another place. Open link in new tab. There we go. Amber wants me to show you something. We have Top Mark Media website. Cases by state, case recovered, listed by state. There's a link. Have a case you'd like to see, there's a link. Media sharing, share the video files by uploading to my WeTransfer. Here's a good one. Songs from court. That goes straight to our Suno page, where you can read, you can listen to such great tunes as Butt Dials at Midnight, Yoga in the Courtroom, Gray is the New Green. Let's see, Pro Se is the Way to Be. We've got a few. Let's see which is another one. Big Deal, the original rap's on here. Nice. Grandpa's OnlyFans. Some good songs here. Gray's the New Green, probably one of the best. Gray's the New Green. There you go, Amber. That's the website. There's more. Obviously, you can click through cases by state that we've covered in different states. Thank you, Amber, for this. There are a few. You might want to check off the list and see which ones you have been here for. And if you missed some, then, well, you've got some homework to do. So there's that. Let's see. In case you'd like to see, make a nice suggestion. This is great. If you've got something coming up, like we just talked the other day about a case coming up in Florida that we're very interested in, this form is very useful that way. And somehow it gets to me. I don't know how. Then also uploading a video. If you have to send me a big file, this is if you've got a file to send that's big. This is my WeTransfer page. You just upload to. You have to say I agree and everything, but that's it. I think that's everything. Amber, did I cover everything? We've got the About page. It's about us. It's got the burner phone number on here. The burner address. It's all good. Thank you, Amber. Good stuff. Amber made every bit of that. I did none of it. Now I lost chat. Just 1 second. Nope. Timestamps on. Pop out chat. There we go. So now I'm legit. Well, I was a legit before. But KM58, thanks for clicking the subscribe button. If you are here and haven't clicked it yet, why? Or why not? Thank you very much. KM58, good to have you here. Curious what the name is referenced to. I know an SM58 is a microphone. I really like. Actually, I've got a couple of them. See, he married the one he killed when she was only 21. Her brother, the one he waited to fall asleep, introduced them. He was married to before. Imagine what the first wife thinks. Yeah. What did I miss? Sorry. Website looks amazing. Thank you. What did Red say? He skipped all the case info. I need to go to the website. Check it out. I've not looked at it. Honestly, that's the first time I've looked at it in a long time, Amber, and I'm sorry for that. But if you want to go there, the website is right here. Here's the link. It's topmark.media. That's my parent company that owns Recovery Addict channel. Had to buy another screaming goat because my family in Brazil is fighting over the one I sent them. Says Camilla. These are good problems to have. Let's see. I have a diving watch. It works to 150 feet. I said, well, that works because if I'm in 150 feet of water, I'm dead. So that works. Nice. 150. That's deep. That's a lot of pressure down there. AWOL says, I'd like to write a hip-hop track for the channel. All I need is Ari to send me a couple of copyright-free beats, and I will sign a legal form to give up rights once finished. I don't know where to get the beats from other than Suno. I'm not a percussionist, so to speak. I only play the air drums. Cindy Roberts, welcome to the gallery. Thank you very much. Also, Beach Life, an OG member for 25 months. I missed a few earlier. I have to go back. They came in a spurt while we were listening to testimony. Kicking things off this morning, Selena K gifted a membership, then followed with 5 more. Sloth Life, lurking today, has a hospital appointment. Hopefully everything works out. I think you should be out of that by about right now, just looking at the timestamps. Also, Sloth Life, thank you for the gifted membership. Yaku, member for 10 months. Good to have you here, my friend. Good to see you again. Glad you're doing well. Thanks for the kind words. Allison Garofolo, member for 12 months. Gets that orange courthouse. You can't see it, can you? I have one job on this ship. There's Selena. Thank you, Selena. Sloth Life, thank you very much for the gifted as well. Yaku, member for 10 months. There we go. Allison with the Orange Courthouse, 12 months. Woohoo, 1 year officially, but longer unofficially. Love this channel. Thanks for all you do. Brenda Meyer, member for 22 months. OG. Love my chat family. All right, you're the best. Thank you for the kind words. You guys are the best. Grit Grinder, member for 29 months. Love this place. Grit Grinder wouldn't be the same without you here. Thank you. We have Virginia Little, who says, I need to get rid of these 6s in my points. I didn't see what your total was, but I think you managed to do it with that. Katie Bug, member for 10 months. I'm a lurker now, but love y'all. Thanks, Recovery Addict, for a safe space. Katie Bug, love the lurkers. Thank you. Bite Me, gifted a membership. Selena K says, this is just horrific to listen to, and this guy is a monster. He is, and he knows it. He knows it, which is just, it's wild. His poor mom. Jenny G, member for 4 months. Love this community you've built, RA. Thanks for the content. I'm more absent lately due to working 6 days a week, but only 6 more weeks of that. Wow. I hope you get a good long vacation after that. Bite Me. Buttercup sends hugs on butter sugars. Thank you for all you do. Want to play Frisbee? I want to play Frisbee, but I don't think I have time to play Frisbee. Princess Buttercup, you heard wrong. I do want to play, but I just can't. Francis Fitzgerald, member for 13 months. Hit the like button, everyone. Thank you, Scott, for all you do through this community. I love being part of it. Thanks for all the kind words today. You guys are most generous. Cindy Roberts, welcome to the gallery. Beach Life, 25 months. Another OG, living the dream with the RA peeps. And Tisha S, member for 17 months. Been lurking lately, 17 months, almost OG. Tisha, I think you're an OG. I think you've been here long enough for that. Thank you, one and all. The website looks awesome. That is Amber. Thank you, Amber, for doing that. Laura Lee, Annie, yeah, you're at the tough part. That's just a wild call. Making law simple. Good to have you here. What is this case? This is a sentencing hearing. He pled guilty, but because it's a capital punishment, death penalty trial, you've got a jury determining if he should get life without parole or the death penalty. That's the only thing they're deciding because he already said he's guilty. It's a triple murder. He killed these 3 people because they were going to find out that he killed their family member. He killed the parents because he killed the daughter. and they were onto him. And then they killed the son because he would have found that he had killed the parents. So yeah, 4 murders down, all with hammers. Quite brutal. Some cover up. He thought he was a criminal mastermind and ended up not being one. But just a wild case. It's sheer insanity. Today has been crazy. Listening to him talk to his mom on the phone from the jail.
3 more questions, then read stipulations, and then I'll be done with questions.
All right, well,
We should have cross-examination.
okay, why don't we do it when this witness is completely done, that is direct, cross, redirect, and then I'll read the stipulations and then we're done, right?
Correct.
As far as the state's case.
Either's fine.
Okay. So that's what we'll do. All right, do we want to wait for Mr. Doig or?
No, you can go.
Okay, all right, let's bring the jury.
He had his kids with him. His kids were present in the home for all 4 murders. He buried his wife in his backyard, and nobody found her for 10 months. Didn't even know she was dead. They thought she was still alive when he was being interrogated. He's like, oh, by the way, she's dead. She's not around anymore. She's buried in the backyard. Just crazy. This case is it's crawling with crazy. And then he kept his kids, fed them just chicken nuggets the whole time. That was it. No sauce, just chicken nuggets. He left the bodies decomposing in the house, moved up to Ohio. His plan was to bulk up, get strong, move back down, be strong enough to move the bodies into the grave. This was his plan, his criminal mastermind plan. And the way he appears right now is this is the only way we've seen him. Interrogation, everything. This is just how he looks. He's just
Really involuntarily, correct?
Right.
No one is forcing you or threatening you or anything like that, right? Very good.
What? We need to know what that was. Not the colloquy for testifying, was it? We only heard just that little bit. I don't know if that was the colloquy for testifying. It seemed too short. Maybe you asked him about proceeding without one of his lawyers present, waiving the presence of him being there. I think that might have been it. Why don't they stand for the jury? I don't know. They stand for the judge. MLS, he's actually a published author. Just a month ago, on the 24th of June, his 773-page epic fantasy novel came out entitled Finished, The Chaos Begins. Yeah, if you'd like, you could be the third person to buy it. I think he was the first one. He managed to get it ordered through the jail, and he has a copy. Someone accidentally purchased it thinking it was something else because it looks like a Michael Vey book from the cover. Didn't like it. 1-star review. And you could be number 3. So.
All right, welcome back, members of the jury. Mr. Shelby, you may continue with your direct examination.
Thank you, Judge. Detective Sergeant Anderson. I want to turn your attention to December 13th of 2023. Were you present in court when this defendant pled guilty to 3 counts of murder in the first degree for killing Richard, Laura, and Nicholas, and also pled guilty to manslaughter for killing Jamie Ivancic?
I was.
And
you observed him enter that plea?
I did.
Any more questions, Judge?
All right, cross-examination.
Thank you.
Ask him about the Miranda rights. Ask him about questioning him at 2:30 in the morning.
Outstanding. Yourself?
Very well, thank you. All right, so you were the lead investigator in this case, right?
I was.
And you just stated a minute ago that probably because you were the lead investigator, you were present in court in December of 2023 when Mr. Nealy entered guilty pleas, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And he received a 30-year sentence to the lesser included offense of manslaughter on Jamie Ivancic, correct?
Correct.
What was the lesser included?
Prior to your, you've been in law enforcement for how long?
October 6th will be 28 years.
Okay, and during some part of your tenure in that 28 years, you investigated sex crimes, right?
I did.
Okay, and you would agree with me that it is a crime for a female adult or any...
Hang on. Where are we going here? Where are we going here? Because we picked this one because it was not this. This can't be anything that his wife did before he killed her. He's already told about some crazy stuff about the lyrics for I'm Torn. His mother-in-law? That's the only other person that could be that's relevant here.
Being that you were a detective who previously investigated sex crimes, you know that in the state of Florida, it is illegal for an adult to have sex or sexual relations with a 15-year-old child, right?
Correct.
Okay. And in investigating these sex crimes, you've come to learn that sometimes when you speak with these children, that sometimes they're a little embarrassed, not quite forthcoming sometimes, right?
Correct.
And that there are actually people other than people in law enforcement who sometimes question the children for law enforcement, who might be social workers or work with children or something like that.
That's correct.
Okay. Where's the relevance here?
Now, we know obviously you flew to Ohio in this case to speak with Mr. Nealy and did some other things while you were up there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Mr. Nealy was eager to speak with you.
He was.
And at the time you go to Ohio, at the time that you are going there, your understanding of the charge that Mr. Nealy is facing is grand theft auto for taking the vehicle of Laura Ivancic.
That's correct.
Okay. As you get information from Mr. Nealy, we see you going back and forth sometimes. You're relaying that information to law enforcement down here in Florida.
That is correct. Myself and Detective Scarpati was outside of the room feverishly taking notes and relaying information to our detectives as well as Pasco County.
Okay, so not only are you sometimes leaving to do that, but she's listening in, so she's able to get this information while you keep going, and she's able to talk with them and give them the information that you're getting.
Correct.
Okay. Now, you certainly had never met Mr. Nealy before, right?
I had not.
Okay. And it's not difficult to figure out that you're not really there to help him, right? You weren't sent there by any lawyers of his or anything like that?
No, I was not.
Okay. And he was obviously very forthcoming and cooperative with information that he provided to you?
He was.
And about what happened in these cases?
Yes.
Okay. One of the very first things he tells you right away is, well, we're not going to bullshit. Obviously, I did it, right?
Yes.
Okay. You ask him some background questions. He tells you he had a good childhood with his mom and his dad, his stepdad.
Correct.
Right? He tells you that he was homeless for some portion. The volume was very low, but he tells you he was homeless for some portion of 2014 or 15 and has some PTSD from that.
Yes, for the cold.
All the cameras are crooked.
And then he tells you that everything started going downhill when his biological father killed himself.
Correct.
And that was a day after Shelby's 17th birthday.
I believe that is what he advised, yes.
Okay. Now, during your conversations with Mr. Nealy, at intermittent places, he kind of interrupts you to ask you several questions or make comments about his children.
Yes, he does.
Okay. And he asks you, are my kids taken care of?
Yes, he does.
He asks you if his mom picked them up.
Yes.
He just wanted to make sure that his kids were okay.
He did.
Mr. Nealy tells you that the Ivansics he thought were great people, but he thought they were going to take his kids.
Yes,
Right.
and that they were not good parents.
Great
And
people,
he's
just not good
concerned about
parents.
his children's safety.
He is.
And that's why he wants them with his mom and not to just go with CPS.
Correct.
That's
She
Child
was-
Protective Services,
Correct.
right?
He relayed the fact that she was a great mother and he would like his kids to go with her.
Sure. And he also wanted to know if there was any way that he could see his kids because he knew he was going to be extradited to Florida.
That is correct.
Just for even 15 or 20 minutes, he wanted to see them.
Yes.
You wouldn't let him, you big meanie.
Because he knows, and in fact tells you, that this is going to be the last time I'm probably going to get to do that before they're adults.
That's correct.
You told him that you couldn't do that, but that he could write them a letter at some point to give to, so that they could have that.
Yes.
He told you that it's a relief to be caught because what's really going to suck is him not being a part of his kids' lives.
He did.
Now later on, when you come back for the second interview that we saw this morning, the first thing he says to you is, did you find out who my kids are with?
Correct.
And again, throughout the second interview, he brings up his kids, asks questions about his kids, things like that, right?
He does.
Okay. Now, he told you that at the time he killed Jamie, that he thought that she was going through some kind of psychosis because she came at their daughter with a knife, right?
That is correct.
The prior instances of domestic violence or Baker Acts or those sort of things that you were discussing with Mr. Nealy, the Hernando County case where there was domestic violence on, she committed domestic violence on her mother, I believe, you were able to gather some of those reports, records that he told you about to corroborate what he was telling you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'm not sure where we're going. Are we laying foundation, or have we covered the ground? And
Now,
moving
when
on?
he tells you that he killed Jamie because she was coming at their daughter with a knife, you thought this occurred in West Palm, right?
I wasn't sure where it occurred.
Okay. You didn't know.
I did not.
You had no information about Jamie at all.
Correct.
He told you that it happened in Pasco.
Yes.
He described the house to you.
Yes, he did.
He told you the street.
Yes, he did.
He even told you the driveway was a half moon shape.
Yes.
He told you the house was white.
I knew he mentioned the shutters were blue. I don't remember the
That was
house
my
color.
next question. The shutters were blue trim, I believe, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And at the same time that this is going on, he's showing you different scars and marks on him that came from Jamie.
Correct. He showed me multiple scars and marks that he alleged were results of interactions with Jamie.
He also told you where the car was, Miss Ivancic's car was, right?
Well, we had impounded, you talking about Jamie's car?
Well, so
Miss
Jamie's
Ivancic?
car, he did tell you that that was at the clubhouse
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
Meadows, right?
Yes,
And you guys were able to retrieve that,
correct.
okay? And then he also tells you about Laura Ivancic's car, that there's a lot of evidence in there,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Both vehicles.
He tells you that with the with this particular case, the Ivancics, Nicholas, Richard, and Laura, that it happened on December 15th into the morning hours of December 16th.
Yes.
He draws a layout of the house for you.
He did.
And in fact, he also drew you a layout of the backyard of the Norwood house in Pasco, right?
He did. Very rough sketch.
Okay.
What'd they do?
And he was also making some lists of different evidence that was in different places for you.
Yes, he made a list of evidence that was in Jamie's Kia.
Okay. He tells you about the Walmart that he went to.
Yes.
Tells you about the Home Depot.
Yes.
Tells you about the 7-Eleven, I believe it was.
Yes, where he was buying Bang energy drinks.
Okay.
And all the McDonald's.
And he tells you what he bought.
Yes.
Right? He tells you about the money that he took.
Originally, he said that he took money from their wallets. He made no mention of the $25,000.
Okay. And what about the coins?
The coins, yes.
And the jewelry?
Yes.
Right. And, you had a conversation with him about the GameStop and trading games, right?
Yes, I did.
Now, we previously saw a picture of a hammer in the Ivancic home.
Yes.
Shelby told you where that hammer was, right?
He did.
He told you it was under a bed, I believe in Richard Ivancic's room?
Correct.
And your people, crime scene people or whoever, were able to obviously move that bed and find it there, right?
That is correct.
We're going through all the things that he did good. He tipped the pizza person.
You told him that you appreciated him being cooperative.
I did.
Because everybody has different theories.
Correct.
You could have a different theory than your crime scene people, than someone else in your department.
Correct.
So it's nice for you to get accounts from the person who actually did it and knew the factual circumstances.
Yes, it's always nice to get a first-hand account from the person who committed the crime.
Of course. Any questions throughout this 4+ hour interview that you asked him he was willing to answer?
Yes.
Okay. And the things that he told you in these interviews were corroborated by other evidence in the case?
They were.
Now, you testified before that you are obviously trained in various interview techniques.
Yes, I am.
And depending on who you're talking to, you kind of decide which interview technique you're going to use, right?
Correct.
But here you didn't have to do much at all, right?
No, there was very little rapport building with him.
Because, I mean, one of the first things he stated right in the first interview was, let's just cut through the bullshit. We obviously know why you're here, right?
Yes.
Okay. He didn't play games with you.
No.
And towards the end of, I believe it's the first interview, you even say to him that you believe he's being completely honest with you.
I did say that, yes.
Okay.
He was dual wielding cups, coffee and water, nonstop throughout it.
He told you that he hates himself.
I don't recall that, but it was a lengthy interview.
Did you want to look at the statement? Do you
No, I
want to
believe you
listen?
that he
Okay.
did say that. I don't have the independent recollection of that.
Okay. What about him saying that if he didn't hate himself, he would be sitting here right now trying to lie to you?
Yes.
Do you remember that? Okay. He said he hates himself every day for these horrendous acts he committed. Do you remember that?
Oh, it shows.
We just a few minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, heard a conversation, at least one side of a conversation, that he was having with his mother while he was in the interview room. Do you remember watching that? And he's a little bit telling her about what happened. It seems like she's maybe asking him some questions or what have you. Do you agree with that?
Yes, you can only hear one side of the conversation, but she appears to be asking him questions, and he's responding to the questions.
For legal purposes.
And the overwhelming majority of that conversation is him pleading with her to take the kids, wanting her to have the kids, wanting them to be safe, wanting them to be loved.
Yes.
Thank you.
So let's give him the Father of the Year award. Now, about these murders.
All right, any redirect?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Nealy didn't drive to Tarpon Springs Police Department and turn himself in, did he?
He did not.
He actually had to be located and arrested, right?
That's correct.
And when you were speaking with him, did he make statements about how you had caught him?
Yes.
Like he was clearly under the impression that you had caught him for what he did?
Yes, he wanted to know where he messed up.
And defense counsel asked you, tell us about the grand theft motor vehicle. What was that being used for?
That was probable cause to arrest him.
Okay. At that stage in the investigation, did you feel comfortable that you had probable cause that the 2013 Kia had been stolen by this defendant?
Yes.
And was that an arrest warrant that went out in an effort to try and locate him and the vehicle?
Yes.
Was he a suspect in the homicides at that point as well?
He was.
But does that investigation take time?
It does.
And even by the time that you went and spoke to the defendant, were you aware of the Home Depot surveillance video and the GameStop surveillance video?
Yes.
Was that helping you to put pieces together even at that early stage?
It was.
Defense counsel asked you about, the defendant mentioned a bunch of prior incidents with Jamie during his interview. And defense counsel asked you if you collected information regarding those prior incidents to corroborate them. Your caller asking you that?
Yes.
And you indicated you did?
Yes.
Was one of those incidents involve a Cleveland Police Department report from April 27th, 2016?
I don't recall the specific reports. I looked at them, but they had more bearing on the Pasco County case with Jamie's death as opposed to mine. I just reviewed them, but I did not make notes on any of them.
Okay. If I showed you a copy, would it jog your memory?
Most likely, yes.
If it doesn't, that's okay too. You remember this?
Just for reference, if I could know which, take a look at it, so I know.
I do show the defense. He's like, come up here and look yourself.
2016.
Well, he's done much to show her.
Yeah, I don't recall reviewing this one.
Does not recall. Bunch of files.
How
There are people on
about
his side of the
a
aisle.
Broadview Heights police report from April 28th, 2016? Did you collect or review that one, or do you know?
As I said, I briefly collected them. I might have read them once or twice, and then I forwarded them to Pasco County Sheriff's Office because it had more bearing on Jamie's case than mine. I did not pay a great amount of attention to any of the reports.
Okay. So then you don't know necessarily whether the police reports corroborate what Mr. Nealy told you about those incidents or not?
I do not.
Okay. So it wouldn't surprise you to learn that Jamie also made significant allegations against the defendant in some of those reports?
He says in his interview that it was both ways.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, Judge.
A couple more questions.
Mr. Sarabia asked you about having probable cause to arrest Mr. Nealy for the grand theft auto, right, in
Yes.
Ohio. And you did have probable cause for that. There was a warrant issued, right?
There was.
Okay. And he asked you if Mr. Nealy was a suspect in the murder case, these murder cases, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And he was.
he was.
But you did not have probable cause at that time to arrest him, correct?
For murder?
Yes.
No.
Right, thank you.
All right, any other questions by the state within the scope? All right. Thank you, sir. You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And with that, state.
Please watch your steps. Members of the jury, when lawyers agree that certain facts are true, that is called a stipulation of fact. You must accept stipulated facts as having been proven. However, the significance of these facts, as with all facts, is for you to decide. In this case, there are two stipulated facts that you must accept as true. Stipulation of parties number one. The undersigned counsel for the respective parties herein hereby stipulate and agree to the following. Shelby Nealy, the defendant, pled guilty to 3 counts of murder in the first degree for killing Richard Ivanchik, Laura Ivanchik, and Nicholas Ivanchik, and was convicted of all 3 counts on December 13, 2023. This proves the aggravated factor that Shelby Nealy was previously or contemporaneously convicted of another capital felony or a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Stipulation of parties number 2 is as follows. Shelby Nealy, the defendant, pled guilty to manslaughter for killing Jamie Ivanchik and was convicted on December 13, 2023. This proves the aggravating factor that Shelby Nealy was previously or contemporaneously convicted of another capital felony or a felony involving the use of violence to another person. What says the state?
State rests, Judge.
State
All right.
rests.
Thank you. All right. And members of the jury, it is exactly noon. So who says we can't time things perfectly? So it is lunchtime, so we will go ahead and take 1 hour for lunch, so we'll see you back at 1 o'clock.
With that stipulation, they're admitting that he pled guilty, which everyone knows. That's evidence the jury has to know, though. I don't know. Wow. Wow. Do you think they'll start deliberating today? I don't think so. I think we have an expert. Might want to. I don't know. I might peek during lunch. I think we have an expert testifying about probably mental capacity or something.
Talk about before we take lunch.
Unfortunately, there is one thing, Your Honor. We maybe could talk about it after lunch, but I do want to make the court aware of it. The state just e-filed a motion to exclude testimony for failing to meet the Daubert standard. It's related to the expert that they listed.
Expert's out.
And could not allow us to depose until late last night. And so the motion was written this morning during the trial.
All right, well.
That's late.
A Daubert hearing can be a pretty extensive thing, right?
Well, I know that there's going to have to be obviously some discussion here, but my concern is that the defense may intend to make the potentially excluded testimony a feature of the opening statement, and so I want to address that.
All right. Do you have an extra copy of the motion?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wow, late breaking. Quick little Daubert hearing. You should be concerned. This is the only person that's saving you from Mr. Sparky. I don't know who's in the gallery. There are people.
They may agree. They may not, but I suppose we could readdress it after lunch.
That makes sense.
All right.
At least now everyone has a copy and can review it in the meantime.
All right, do you want to come back a few minutes early then, and then we'll discuss it?
We're eating lunch here in the building, so.
All right.
So we could be here early.
All right, so maybe 12:55, all right?
Sure.
We'll see you then. Thank you.
Okay, so while they're going to lunch and defense is going to, I think they lost their appetite right there. Just found out that there's a challenge to their expert. We might be done today if this expert can't pass this this low hurdle. I don't know who else they have. So he's Mr. Nealy's going to go get his bologna sandwich. Everyone else is going to, eat salads and nuggets here in the courthouse. But yeah, they don't have the electric chair in Florida anymore. I just didn't know how else to reference the death penalty. They don't have the firing squad in Florida, do they? Is it all lethal injection? The look he gave the DA. He's not happy about this. All right, this has been a crazy, crazy morning, and it's not over yet. As a matter of fact, we're super excited. They just have the needle. Okay, that's the difficult one because it's hard to source those chemicals. As soon as you say, "Oh yeah, ship them to the corrections facility," they're like, "No, we won't do that." This is we're nearing the very end. The jury is nearly going to be handed this case. I don't know if the defense has other witnesses. Probably not a lot, but this was slated for 2 weeks, and we are basically 1.5 right now. I think they gave themselves a little bit of buffer. They were still on schedule earlier, so we're going to call it right there. Go to lunch and come back, and of course we've got to be back early enough that we catch whatever this heated discussion is about the expert. The motion was just filed by the prosecution to exclude him. Which could basically pop the defense's balloon when it comes to their closing, both their opening statement, which they should be giving at the beginning of the defense, case in chief. You have 2 choices in Florida, including you can choose to waste electricity, or you can take the shot. Do we already have a poll? Well, not on guilt and innocence because he already pled guilty. But we might have to do another poll here in a little bit. So. All right. After lunch, you don't want to miss this. If you were here this morning, thank you very much. If you click the like button, thank you doubly. About 630 of you did. Over half of you did not. I don't know why. Maybe is it me? Is it something I said? No, just kidding. You just forgot. You can click it on the way out. It's fine. I will build a portal. We're going to portal over to the afternoon session. That way you won't miss a minute of what happens here in this case as we're proceeding through day 5. This will be day 5, part 2. Nearing the end of this sentencing hearing where Mr. Nealy is going to find out if the jury believes he is a candidate for life without parole or if he should be put on death row and have a date set for his ending. So the portal is automatic. We're going to be back at 12:45. You don't have much time, so order your Uber Eats now. We'll be back in time for the little heated discussion there in the courtroom. All right, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again in about 50 minutes, a little less. It's a short lunch. I'm sorry, guys. I work with what I'm given. So make yourself a sandwich, peanut butter PB&J. That'll work. I'm gonna throw something in the microwave. Maybe some. I think I'll do some egg rolls. I think we have some of those left over, but it'll be yummy. We'll see you guys after lunch. Portal incoming. Have a good one. Bye bye.